Hello, can people hear us? Let's see if this is working. Is this working? Can people hear us? So why did I was just going to let a quick run in the
You can
background. But
hear
of
us?
course, if you sign up for the very last slot in a quick, it doesn't let you put your roster in.
Yes. Also, that's supposedly fixed in the next patch, but I guess it sounds like that's not going to be for a couple days. So until then, yeah, don't be the last person in the tournament.
I didn't think, okay? I made the mistake of just clicking the thing that the interface told me that you should click. I don't know
Yeah, wow,
why I didn't know better.
that was clearly an error on your part.
It really was. Uh, Absolutely was. Anyway, um, let me see. I see a few things in the chat, but yes, welcome. Time to become an affiliate again. I will leave that to the powers that be, I suppose.
Fair enough.
I don't know. Would you want to be an affiliate?
I don't have strong feelings on it.
Cage wisdom, exactly. It's skill issue. Not being number 16.
Yeah, I have had a couple times that I've clicked when I'm not number 15, when it's not 15, and then
Yeah, it
it's sort of
hits the
weird.
rollover before you have a chance to update.
Yeah,
So you really have to be like number 12 or something. Yeah, see, it already says 5 of 16. Now it says 6. See, now that's fine.
yeah, the weird thing is because for a while, like the set rosters button is still lit up, and then you can enter two more things, and then after a second it goes away. So it looks a little strange, but
Right. And now, see, now by default, no default roster was set. So it just throws. I'm actually not quite sure where this roster comes from.
it seems like it. Oh,
It's not just
that's to be
throwing. It's not
confident.
just an auto set roster of like my top overall
No,
players.
mine seemed like it was throwing on like my starter pack cards.
Oh, so you think it's by like a card ID of when you pulled it?
Something like that, maybe, yeah.
Oh, that's possible. Yeah, because actually a bunch of these are some of the early cards I built before like I learned how the engine worked.
Yeah.
Um, I'm also gonna have to switch this back. I thought that that this theme would show up better on stream.
I don't think that's been a success.
I also don't think that's been a success. Uh, so now the important question is, do I remember how to turn it off?
No,
Do I go into the thing
can't
and then go to settings, or is it OTP
I
settings?
can't
Here we go.
say I've
Classic, dark, or what is
ever
light?
actually
Actually, I don't
changed
remember what
my
light
theme.
is. Let me see what light is.
I don't think I've ever changed my theme, so
Does this show up? Does this show up better on stream? Otherwise, I can just go back to the dark theme that like doesn't hurt everybody's eyes. But I was trying to
no, I
find
think
one
that
that would
I
show
think
up better on stream because the blue colors don't really show up.
no, I think that one's worse than the other one.
All right,
Everything is completely washed out.
dark it is then.
I think there is in theory a way to make a custom theme, as far as I understand it, but I don't know how to do that. So
Yes. Ooh, we have someone that can offer chat bots, but the problem is there's only room for one bot on this channel, and we've already got one.
okay, I got rid of them.
Yeah, only room for one bot here. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So, let's see. We got some cards. I know we've also probably got a bunch of other stuff to talk about. We briefly midweek talked a little bit about some of the new features, but maybe not so much. So we can definitely take some questions on those. We have what is it, about 20 cards today? Sorry,
Yeah,
that's not a grade, by the way.
2022,
I
I
was
believe.
just making sure stuff showed up. Not graded anything yet.
2022 cards, I believe, yeah.
22 cards. Did we include? I didn't check. There's the LEs as well.
The
Are they in
LEs
there?
should be there.
They're in there.
They should be
Yes.
there. Yeah. There was, by the way, I noticed this when I was making this list. In the continuing, I don't quite understand why this is the case. Maybe someone else knows. Seems like the New York Yankees or New York Highlanders and St. Louis Browns from like the 1910s continually get mixed up with each other in the game. I'm really not sure why, but John Knight, the Yankees level 1 reward, changed his card title. It used to be Browns and now it's Yankees or Highlanders, which I think is correct.
Which
but I'm
actually
not
now
totally
matters
sure.
a lot in the game.
Yeah, it does matter. I'm really not sure why there's so much confusion. Like it's been
Wait,
the case for like
by the
5 years
way,
between those two teams.
you know how they made a big deal of this feature with latest content drops?
Is it? No. Wait, are any of the new cards in there? No. I mean, it's a nice feature in theory.
Well, yes, but with one tiny little detail.
Yeah.
Look, I'm a theorist. I mean, let's see. So, how has your first week been? You mentioned you got a bunch of points from somewhere, right?
Yes, I pulled a Reggie Smith and managed to sell it for, well, I don't know, about 250,000 more points than it's worth. Well, 230,000 more points than it's worth.
Nice. Um,
Which was nice.
I, on the other hand, haven't hit much. I didn't even hit a perfect in packs, even though I've been winning some quicks. I did get a couple weeklies, so there was a perfect pack for each of those, but those
Yeah,
are the only
very
perfects
nice.
I've hit. Live Spencer Strider, who, ouch.
You mean you don't want like 700 stuff and nothing else?
No, I can pull up the card, but
Okay, if it was actually 700, you might want it.
so I mean, he has these
But,
2++ pitches that you probably get a nice stuff boost out of the pen, which is good because he only has 54 stamina.
yeah.
Uh, got him, and I got a Deacon White, who actually is good. So I like the Deacon White card.
Yeah.
Just that I'm kind of still pretty far away from being able to compete. So I suspect that by
Yeah.
the time I compete, that this will no longer be a card I really want.
Yeah, it looks like a decent card. I mean, the positions are nice too. It is sort of unfortunate that it's like competing against the King Kelly, but
Yeah, well, there is actually one other funny thing about this card. Um, so somehow there are already 3 of these Detroit Wolverines, and 2 of them are like vaguely playable cards. So there's much more chemistry than I would have expected for like one of these early dead ball era.
What- isn't there? There's a Bruthers, right? What team is he listed? Because he played for the Wolverines at some
He
point.
did,
This is a
yeah. So
Buffalo
that's
Bison's
The Bruthers is
Bruthers.
this is the Buffalo Bison's Bruthers, which means, as you know, he's going to have a ton of chemistry with Tony Suck.
Oh, that's true. I guess he'll get teammate chemistry with Deacon White.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. So actually, from that point of view, Deacon White's probably a pretty good card to build dead ball around. Like once I have more of the cards.
I guess. Oh, well, I was curious. I wonder which decade is good for the dead balls. 1880s or 1890s or 19. I wonder which is the best decade. 1880s seems decent.
I'm gonna guess
There's
it's either 8. I'm gonna guess in the long run it's the 1900s,
probably in the long run, yeah.
but 1880s also seems pretty good.
Yeah.
However, if they do like an 1894, like the year offense went crazy theme set,
That's true. Yeah, this George Bradley I quite like. This 1880 George Bradley. It's a good card.
yeah. You're saying you got a Bill Bradley.
Yeah, wrong Bradley. That Bill Bradley does not look very good.
Well, he does until you scroll down.
Yeah, the George Bradley I like. That card seems.
Wait, how does a 1902 card have 3 bunt for hit? I just feel like you couldn't possibly have survived in 1902 baseball without being able to bunt.
Yeah, I don't know. That's curious.
So let's see. Are there other things you wanted to bring up at the start? I know there are a lot of questions that people have.
I mean,
Go ahead.
I'm not trying to think if there's any questions we didn't get to on the stream because it was kind of abbreviated stream on whichever day it was. But
yeah, sorry, I was traveling, so this was kind of the best I could do.
No. I mean, I think it worked out
Um,
decently.
it
It was
did
sort of
mostly, yeah. I was delayed about a day coming back because of snow. My luggage, I have no clue.
that's not good.
Well, my luggage didn't arrive with me yesterday, and then today I got something saying that they were bringing it out to me, and they brought it out, and it had my bag tag on it, but it was not my bag.
That's suspicious.
Which is a bad sign because it means that, when they kind of were rebooking everyone, they somehow switched the bag tags,
Well,
which
did you
means
did
my
you
bag is
manage
probably on a different continent.
did you manage to figure out whose bag it is you actually have? Because maybe they just switched you with that person.
Well, I didn't want them to deliver it. I mean, it doesn't like they don't look the same at all, right? Like they just
Oh, okay.
so it was like clear that it was different. They'd put the bag tag on the wrong thing, so I sent that one back, hoping it would get to but the
Hmm.
correct owner for that one's probably somewhere in the U.S.
You're right, and they're also probably distraught that they don't have their luggage. Maybe they have yours. You just need to find them.
Yeah, didn't take the mystery bag. You never know. I mean, anything could have been in the mystery bag, even a bag.
Yeah, it's true. I have actually traveled with the suitcase inside another suitcase before, so
Uh,
it's possible.
anyway, let's see. So, are there other things that we should show, or would we rather talk about cards first and then do some of that later?
Um,
What's your thinking?
well, I don't know. I mean, I'm happy to do either way. I guess I don't know that there's
Because it does give
huge
us a
development
chance to
coming.
talk about some of the metas. We didn't talk about the launch cards, so it
That's
does
true.
also
Yeah,
give
we
us a
didn't.
chance to talk about some of those.
Yeah, apologies to everyone for the kind of much awaited, 3,000 card review, but with the traveling, we just couldn't make it work. So,
No, I was busy traveling to two major universities whose basketball teams aren't as good as Princeton's. And I will keep claiming that, although I don't know why they didn't put us in the tournament. Darn it.
um, yeah, we'll go with that. Uh, Definitely, there's no reason that could have happened.
Hey, we had a good team this
Um,
year.
oh goodness, that halftime score of the UConn Stetson game was 52-19.
I'm guessing UConn is leading that one.
Yes, UConn is ahead, but that's a lot of points different. That's
Are you in a pool this year?
I mean, I just do them big ones for fun every year. I don't really try that much to make a good bracket.
I'm in one with a really weird set of rules. So
Yeah, it it seemed like Houston was the right pick to win to me, at least on the very like them and Connecticut were similar strength teams, and Connecticut was pick more people.
hold on, GT Summit. We did win our
But
conference. We won our conference. It's not our fault. The Ivy finally gave in to everyone else and decided to make a mini tournament. No, I mean,
they should have won
I
that.
actually think it's stupid for not just the Ivy but kind of all of these low majors to do that because the whole conference gets a revenue share when when their team makes a run.
Right?
Basically
Yeah,
every
they should
game
be
you
very.
appear, the conference gets a share.
Yeah,
And so, if your conference is going to get at larges, or at least potentially, it kind of makes sense to, have more teams get a chance. But I
right.
think otherwise, you'd much rather have whoever the best team from your conference is that year try to get a higher seed and then try to win a game or two.
Yeah, I guess you get some TV money from ESPN for televising your final, but probably not a lot if you're a little conference.
I can't imagine a lot of people are stopping everything they're doing to watch the Ivy tournament final.
Well, I'd be maybe, but the more random ones. Uh, yeah.
Yeah. No, I actually liked how the Ivy used to have it that just whoever's the best team over a double round robin wins. If there's a tie, they don't go to a tiebreaker. Then they would do a playoff, which makes sense.
What did they do in case of multi-way ties? Did they
Then
did they tie it down too?
they
Or?
no they will you'll play it out, but it's sort of single. It's bracketed single elimination. So if it were a three-way tie, then like what they would do is they'd rank them 2 and 3.
I see.
So two would play three, the winner would play one, but in return, or no, that's what I remember it was. It was actually a bit of gamesmanship. So you had an interesting decision. They'd rank them, but the team that ranked number one would basically have the choice of playing one game on the road or 2 games at home.
No, one road game has to be better. That doesn't, yeah. And this, unless you have some just enormous home court advantage, but it seems unlikely that it's enough ever.
Yeah. It's the only support ever for a double round robin.
Well, now we have triple round robin, so.
Well, I think, okay, hold on. I think we can all agree that a double round robin is better than single elimination. If you're just trying to find the best teams. Neither's great, compared with like playing even more games, but.
Yeah, I mean, with double round robin, you mean double round robin for every team, obviously, not for just, yeah. Yeah.
Well, triple round robin is at least nicer in that the tie breaks are clear.
That is true. That does help every situation.
Because you kind of know, I wouldn't mind getting them to kind of fix the ordering though. So because like normally if you go into a round robin tournament, it shows the tie break when you go to the, like the tournament coverage page.
Uh-huh.
But like mine, because they apply the tie breaks based on wins instead. They like at one point it showed the 2 5 and 4 teams ahead of the 5 and 3 team. And if that 5 and 3 team loses and goes 5 and 4, it's now going to win the tiebreak and jump to the top.
Yeah, that is a little. I mean, it is also. I'm not a fan of the off days being in different places for every team. I'd rather they just were in the same place for everyone because it makes a huge difference when your off day is.
Absolutely.
That would make. Sure.
But I still think it's an improvement. I think the best of 9 is a big improvement.
Yes, I really like the best of 9. I hope that the PTCS, PTMS are at least best of 9, if not more.
Yeah, I mean, it makes the edge bigger in 2 ways. One just more games, but also kind of it forces you more to get the depth chart right.
Yep. Yeah, I guess the one downside is it means it's like punting your fit starter is like much more attractive than it was previously.
Yeah.
But
I have a bunch of bids up. If you see, I'm just slowly doing my live missions in the background.
It does. It's true, It does take a lot longer, but I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to speeding up the sim times for this time. I mean, we don't really need 10 minutes, except for PTCS if you're in like all of them. But otherwise, there's really never a need for 10 minutes in between the sims.
Best of 9 only takes me one more game to get swept.
I did get like 4-0 to 4-5 one. So that was fun.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, if you get the depth chart wrong, you can do that pretty easily, right? Blow out a bullpen. Yes. I mean, actually, there is a bigger advantage to microing in the sense that in best of 9, you can punt a game much more effectively, right?
Yeah, that's true. It especially like if you're in some kind of cap situation and you're because also now, I mean, if you sweep like the semifinals and the other series goes 9 games, you have 4 days of rest. Like even your whole bullpen will back to 100%.
Yeah.
So the rest advantage will be enormous.
Yes,
that kind of thing.
Definitely. Anyway, if there's something else people want us to cover, we definitely can. Otherwise, we can start talking about cards and have more time to take some questions on stuff later. I'm kind of open to whichever, but because we're at the beginning of the cycle and we just had kind of a sim where we talked about some of the changes, I'm not sure we have different views on this than we did a few days ago, I guess is the way to say it.
No, not particularly. I will say, I mean, I've been doing a lot of base game testing over the past few days, and I found some stuff I'm still trying to understand. So I may have different opinions in a week or so, potentially.
We could do a fun experiment. We could do a fun experiment where we look at like building a high chemistry roster or something as well.
Yeah, I had one
I have
tournament
some
where I
code to
noticed.
do that now. Which we should. Go ahead.
So there was one tournament where it was just an open bronze tournament, like a daily. Um, I was playing what I thought was basically let's call it the 24 like meta roster, right? Like I just ignored chemistry.
Okay.
And played all the best, what I thought were the best cards, and got to the semifinals, and I played a team which had all live cards on it.
Which has a ton of chemistry.
A lot of chemistry. So they had won 4 rounds to get to that point, and I crushed them. Like it wasn't a close series. So the question is, did this team win 4 series to get to that point by luck, or did they win? Because they had more chemistry than every other team in the tournament, right? They were the only team doing this all live thing. Did they win 4 series to get there by luck, or did they just play people who weren't playing good rosters? And the chemistry was enough to overcome the good rosters.
We could. Why don't we do this experiment? Maybe we could, I don't know if you want to do it now or talk about some cards first. But why don't we pick a format and just make a super high chemistry roster? And I just entered my quicks, so let's make the roster and enter it in a quick a little later in the stream.
Sure, maybe Iron. We could do Iron because I think I have a fairly decent sense on what the good cards in Iron are at this point.
Yeah.
Probably the one I've been playing the most in terms of quicks.
Me too. And now I know why my win rate's not high enough.
Yeah, same. I'd like to play Gold. Gold is obviously the more efficient quick.
If I don't know. I just don't have the cards.
Able to sit and click. Yeah, I have sort of half the cards, but I'm not sure whether
the problem
half the cards
is like still these live missions are most of the key cards, and you can see. I got 58 left, so It looks like I'm a third of the way through it, but it's kind of biased toward the cheap ones, right?
Right.
Hey, I'm only 1 mission away from getting Chase Utley.
Yeah, that was the one I sort of paid up for a little bit.
I probably should pay up for that. Have we altered sliders? Let's see. We talked about how the universe is expanding at different rates. We definitely could. If you have a specific question on that.
Yeah, that's probably
you mean like the Hubble? You mean like this Hubble tension stuff, or something else? No, I was talking about dental hygiene. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. That's my answer.
You think you have enough for a model you're confident is close to final yet? On some things, the big data that I'm missing right now is chemistry, and that is actually a really long discussion. Which I don't mind having, and would be a fun one to have on stream. But actually, maybe that one is a better one to have when we try to build the roster, right?
Yeah. So this, I guess, what I say about this whole is there enough data for the model. So I think I have a good understanding of how the batting and pitching work. I wouldn't say a complete understanding because I found some things in this base game testing I've been doing that have been not what I expected to happen, and I'm still trying to figure out why that was and if it applies to PT or not.
Right.
Fielding, I don't think I'm there. Things are definitely a little unsettled, especially because fielding data tends to be much more. You need more of it than hitting or pitching data to get good results.
Fielding. I don't even know how I'd collect data because I don't believe the data.
I believe some parts of the data in some ways. But not all of it.
Yeah. Maybe that's the one where the right approach is what Sergeant Mushroom kind of has been telling us about, where he'll run the base game stuff, with kind of a constant player pool and just change one rating, run some enormous number of games. That's probably the way to do it.
Yeah, I mean that's I was planning to do that once I sort of chug through all this pitching and batting.
Or you can just take the regression Kidneys does and crib off the hitting sheet.
You know what? I think I'll go for the Sergeant Mushroom approach here for that one. Somehow. Yeah. But no, I mean, there's the other sort of, I mean, what I think been a kind of long-term outstanding question that I don't know that anyone has the answer to, which is sort of how does defense work on the team level? Right? Like,
Yeah.
is there, do you ever have a too much range issue, for example?
Well, that just means you play zone and you extend, right?
Right. Yeah. This back to the college basketball. When all the players are bad, then zone defense is actually functioning. So
Yeah, yeah.
um,
Something
no.
like that. Well, now that MLB's outlawed the double team.
That's true. Yeah. Exactly.
Um,
Rack Attack, I fear you may have paid about 994 points too much for Sun Woo Kim.
well, let's talk about Sun Woo Kim. Should we? We can talk about Sun Woo Kim. Yeah, the Hubble tension stuff, that's a good one to talk about in another stream, maybe. I don't think it's likely to be real. But I'm happy to explain more about why at some point. All right, Sun Woo Kim, here we go. He's got 4 about equally lousy pitches, 109 hold runners, 53 stamina, but he is position starter, not borderline starter, right?
I mean, that was what was told to us on the stream.
No, I just pulled it up on in the card shop. I mean,
no, it won't tell you in the card shop. You
oh,
have
does
to
it
own
not?
the card.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, nothing in the card list or card shop tells you. You have to actually own the card. It was easier last cycle because it seemed like all that mattered was stamina. So now that's not the case anymore. But
no, this card is not like, because otherwise this card would be overstated and it. Actually, before we get going, if someone has a good way to put up a quick Google form, you want to take a shot at this?
For what? I can make one.
What I wanted to do, now, we are not currently an affiliate, so we're not giving out packs for this, although someone suggested we should become one if, I'm happy to ask about it. Might be a short conversation with Nico. But what I was going to do was have a running contest where you can kind of, at least see kind of who comes closest to where they're at on these grades. So I wanted to just put up like a quick 4-question form. I can take a shot at it if that's better.
I can make one if you're busy doing stuff.
You want to do it? Yeah. So I just wanted to basically pull, just like a small number of questions, and we can, score it over the course of the season or something. But I was thinking something like, best card, worst card, number of S's, number of F minuses.
Sure.
Just put 4 answers in, and we can update each week.
I guess we do a different new form each week, probably.
Yes.
Gonna get message. All right.
Yep. So we'll get kind of the community answer, and then we can kind of show that. And if anyone's going to try that this week, there appear to be 22 cards. So, yeah. So we'll be able to see kind of what our community's best and worst cards are of the week. In future weeks, we should figure out how to make it a drop-down list, but let's just get it up so that we can...
There's got to be a way to import from CSV to a Google form, but I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, so let's just... Yeah, so Cavacom's going with 22 F minuses. It's possible. It's possible. You never know. Who can really say with such things?
Number of S, number of F. Yes.
Yeah. F minus.
Okay.
Sorry. F minus. S's. Yeah.
Number of F minus. Oh, we don't give up any of those. I think we just do F.
Number of just F's. All right. Yeah. Number of F's. Number of S's.
I'm gonna say including.
Yeah, including plus or minus or whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you say we don't give out a lot of those, but you know, we'll see. Right?
Yeah. Oh, I suppose I should. There's a way to make it so you don't have to sign in, right? Because
Yeah. Well, you could. It's fine if you make it to let them sign in. Just tell it not to collect email addresses, and I don't think people will care.
that's true. Okay, I think I did it right.
So it
No,
should just be like 5 questions or something, right? Like
yeah,
name.
I
I
think I
guess
did it
ask. You
right.
can
How do
ask for
you?
the Twitch IDs, probably. Whatever.
I'll just put username. People will
Whatever.
figure it out.
Yep. Sounds good. You want to put that up, and we'll.
Okay, I think that's good.
All right,
Hopefully
and
that's
let's
good.
leave it as open for the next, say, 15 minutes.
Sure.
I guess I will not put a prediction in, or unless you want me to test the forum. But
Eh, it should work.
all right, send me a shared link to the results, and then I can.
Actually, we don't. Actually, we don't. I just.
Okay, shared link to the forum is fine too. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. In the meantime, so we'll give people a little bit of time to do that. Here, I can pin that. All right. You know what we'll do while we're waiting for that? Here's what we're going to do. While we're waiting for that, why don't we
Oh, wait.
do an imperfect draft while we're letting
Oh, yeah,
people
that's a
do
good idea.
that? Uh, wow, the drafts fill quickly when you give everybody way too many.
Yeah, the drafts are very full all the time.
Oh, you know what? I have an alt that I haven't used. We're going to go to the alt,
All right.
which I should think about setting up and doing something fun with, but maybe we can use the alt. You know what? We'll use the alt to build the chemistry team, and then I will just run chemistry on the alt and see what happens.
Oh, that's a good idea.
All right. Is there a draft that's you know what? Now that they're the 8-person drafts, let's do the best of 5 once this 8 fills. How about that? And I'm
Sure.
going to suggest that the rules for this draft are very simple.
Okay.
Since we're going to talk about playing with chemistry, why don't we do this? I don't care whether you win or lose the draft. That's entirely secondary. Your goal is to come up with a valid roster of 12 pitchers, 14 hitters, two-way cards count, whatever, at least 12 pitchers, at least 14 hitters, and highest chemistry score wins.
Okay.
I don't care whether you get a good team, bad team, but I want a high chemistry team. Does that sound reasonable?
Yes. I'll say it's gonna be tough. I did try in the beta to do this. It's very hard to get over 15% in draft because you just don't get offered.
No, you have no idea what you're getting. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, but I think we should try it. So, okay, can we get this one ID 62 to fill, and then we'll do ID 63?
But how if 62 of those things fire already? I was expected to have been 0. Why would you? Yeah, sure. I don't know why people are playing tournaments for 300 points, but I guess they are.
I'll put this in, and I'll pin that as well. Am I able to pin 2 things at once?
I don't think so.
Am I not? I'm not. Okay,
That's
we'll keep yours pinned. You know what? Should I just enter a blank team in this one to help it fill?
I guess I can put an alt in there.
All right. Do you want to draft it or not? Just not bother.
I'm just gonna click cards randomly until I have a roster.
All right, here we go. We're doing a 1-minute draft. I'm clicking the top left card and everything just so I don't fill a blank roster.
Great.
Or should I try to at least get position?
We filled it. We filled it. Okay.
All right. Here, I just have to draft through it. All right. Well, do you want to do anything funny with this draft, or just click through? Just click through.
You should probably enter the. Oh yeah, just click through because you have to enter the other one before it.
All right.
where it goes.
Well, I am setting a speed draft record right now. This is my challenge for anybody to beat the speed draft record. The problem is it should be like a speed draft record, but you have to win. And I don't believe we are going to win with the draft.
You got Jimmy Wynn. Actually, this draft does not look. We've got some decent cards.
Oh, I got Hobley. Oh, I got Clyde Schoon. That's actually playable. Okay, this is actually possibly not the worst draft ever. You know what? I'm just out of curiosity. I'm just curious what we hit here. So let's see. Okay, we got 10 pitchers. That's not great. But we filled a complete depth chart. All right.
Yeah.
I've seen worse.
It's a roster. It's definitely a roster. Somehow it didn't start Schoon, by the way.
Which it really should have, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So where are we? ID 63 did not pop up.
The other one has to actually fire first.
Oh, so we got to wait 20 minutes.
No, it won't be 20 minutes. They changed it this year. It's until the last team finishes drafting, so it should be sooner than 20 minutes.
Oh, but that's probably going to be close to 20 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
All right. Should we pick a different one instead? The problem is these others are speed drafts, which we could do a speed draft, but it'll make the chemistry even tougher if we're optimizing for that.
Make it very tough. Yeah. Especially because we need to do a lot of looking up on Baseball Reference of who's teammates with who.
Yeah. Yeah, so the problem is 58 is a 5-minute draft.
Yeah,
all right. Should we just do the 10-minute speed draft?
10 minutes is doable. 10 minutes.
All right, we're going to do a 10-minute speed draft for chemistry. It is ID 47.
Okay, so I mean, the best way to wrap chemistry is to get a lot of teammates, right? If we can do it.
Yeah, so if we haven't looked up teammates, then like same team, similar years.
Right, but I'm thinking in terms of like the first few picks, what we want to take is someone who played for a long time with the same team.
Yes. Or maybe someone that just played for like 20 years with 5, like a Nolan Ryan would have been fine too.
Right, I guess.
All right, ready for this? Better be ready for 13 rounds of chaos because you only have 10 minutes to draft, which I don't think we've ever taken on stream.
So on stream, I may have. Off stream, I don't. All
right, here we go. So, well, I don't like that the stuff isn't loading. That'll take a while. I'm thinking it's Suter, right? Suter played a while.
Suter is definitely going to be the most of the.
Well, it's not great. I mean, it's Cubs, St. Louis, Atlanta.
I guess the question is, are we better off? We can just go for all lives, right? I mean, that is an option.
I think we should try to hit historicals, right?
Like Seager would be the other choice, right? Because Seager played with the same team for a long time. If we hit the other live Dodgers played with him, it's going to be a lot of chemistry.
We do.
Like if we hit Kike Hernandez or Justin Turner or something.
Yeah, I guess I was thinking we should be trying to draft at least somewhat effectively, but you're right, we don't care.
We don't care.
All right, what do you think, Seager or Suter? Because this is kind of going to determine the direction of most of the draft.
Yeah, I mean, Seager is, I'm guessing, probably the way to go, but Suter is going to be more interesting. So,
all right, let's go. Suter will be interesting. Let's try it.
Suter. Yeah. Okay, so we have Hardware Heroes 1979 Cubs. Okay.
So 81 doesn't hit same decade, right? Because it's rounded. So Carbo would give us decade.
Right.
Suter also played what? Cardinals,
Braves, and Cubs, right? You said, I think.
Yeah. So he doesn't.
He's not going to overlap with Carbo or Grich.
Then why don't we? Yeah. Then let's go Drayback because you get the mission edition for the extra bonus.
Oh, that's true. We get a lot of mission editions. That's another way to wrap it.
All right, let's go Drayback.
Okay.
This one's a bust. I guess Yachty doesn't actually work because it's not real Cardinal. Like he's not real Cardinals. Maybe it's Yachty anyway. Because we do have to fill out a complete roster, so just take the catcher.
Mm, I guess, yeah. There are a lot of cards from that era. I think there are more cards from that era than other eras. So
I wish he were 2010 for the decade.
yeah.
All right.
Oh, this 10 minutes may have been a mistake, by the way. This is harder, especially with this
Yeah,
some
all right.
strange
Well, Hoyt
language.
Wilhelm, just for the extra, I think we're taking all the SEs almost at this point we can
Well,
find.
the thing is that not every SE has chemistry with other SEs. It's based on subtype, not type.
Right, but all the mission editions.
All the mission editions do.
Right, so I think we're taking Hoyt.
Do we have anyone who is a teammate with anyone we have?
Was Dave Cash? Didn't Cash play for the Cardinals at one point?
Oh, we might have.
No, he didn't. We're going to
Uh,
run into clock, aren't we? So
we've
Cash,
run out of time. Yeah, probably Cash.
probably Cash is our best bet, right?
Yeah.
Unless you want to just take like Kearns for the cheap decade bonus. All right.
No, we're getting a decade bonus of Cash anyway.
What do we got
And
next?
Wilhelm for the
Yeah,
mission.
and Wilhelm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Zoilo is the worst for chemistry because the weird type.
Yeah, it's a decent card, but
Um, no Cubs because we want chemistry with our good players. Why don't we just take a 60s Dodger and a 60s Oriole like this, figuring we'll catch some?
okay. Yeah, I guess they're probably decent.
Well, unless you did Lehman overlap with Rickard? Probably not. They're 12 years apart on the Orioles.
Unlikely, yeah, but I don't know.
So it's not worth the two Oriole. Do you go two Oriole? Do you go double Oriole instead?
Mm-hmm. Gilliam will help us with our roster if we run into trouble.
All right.
You should play a lot of positions.
All right, next. Would always Lavalier because of the mission edition.
Yeah, always.
Well, Qua would have helped if we did get a Dodger, but we didn't go Dodger, right? No, we did go Dodger. So maybe it's Qua, and then you get the decade with Yachty.
Yep, and the Dodgers. Yeah, okay, that looks decent.
All right. Let's see. We clearly should have gone Braves with this roster and didn't. Okay, going again with the mission edition. We had because we could have gone Brave. I don't see any all-time legends because that's useful.
We don't have any of those. Anyway.
Bard just gets a cheap decade bonus with a couple. Are there anything better than that?
No, I don't see anything great.
All right.
Blanchard, I guess, gets also a decade, but it's the same.
Park gives you a decade, and he's a Dodger, and he must be a teammate with. Well, no, he probably didn't overlap with Qua.
No, you might have. You might have. It's not impossible. I don't remember the exact careers.
Boa played for a couple teams, right?
Boa and Dave Cash is great, right? Those are going to be teammates.
Oh, so did we go? So what? So you just go Boa Cash?
No,
we already have Cash. So yeah. Boa Park.
Yeah. I assume they're teammates for yeah.
They must have been. They were on the Phillies for forever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ankiel's gonna get a teammate bonus with a couple, right?
He should get. Yeah. He should get. Well, no.
No, he didn't overlap with Yachty. Hold on.
Yeah, it's too early.
So maybe we go Dave Stewart just because we're collecting Dodgers now.
I didn't realize that Dave Stewart was a Dodger.
Neither did I. Did Reardon? But he might have been teammates with random people. Did Reardon play for Mets? No.
No, but was it X? But we don't remember.
You go Perez for a cheap Pirate with two of them, I think, is the best I see.
Okay.
It's either Perez or we take Nephew Perez because he's going to get the 5 point for a peak if we find another legend.
Well, we're already getting more from the Pirates because we're getting it
on
3 cards.
Well, we could have gone Perez Kingery. All right, 3 minutes, 4 rounds. We can totally do this somehow. We could. All right. Well, now the 70s Cardinal. Oh, he might have overlapped with Suter.
It's very possible. I don't know for sure, but we have a number of 70s anyway, so even just a decade will be something.
Wharton overlap with anybody?
Lou Ford is the right decade, but not anything else.
Wharton might have. Oh, Wharton might have 1977 Philadelphia, actually.
Oh yes, he'll overlap.
So he's
Good,
great.
good
All
call on
right, so it's
Wharton.
Wharton
Yeah.
Spinks, right?
Yes.
We got another 70s Cardinal. That's probably good.
Yeah, we need 70s Cardinals and 70s Phillies.
And we have a modern Dodger.
Okay,
But
that's
Kike didn't
fine.
overlap with any of the guys we've got.
We have like 4 Dodgers already. Even that's going to get
All
us a
right,
decent
go
amount.
on Kike. We've got 2 minutes. By the
And I
way,
also completely lost track of positions, so that would help.
we have 3 catchers. Kike plays everything. We have 11
Okay.
pitchers.
Okay. Let's just.
Okay, well, Keith Moreland
He could have
might have
overlapped.
overlapped with somebody.
Yeah.
Caminero wouldn't have, but at least is a Pirate.
No, Keith Moreland looks okay, right? We'll get the team bonus from
Yeah,
Suter.
no.
Maybe
So
they
you go
overlap.
Moreland Caminero, or who's the second one? Or there's the live Mason Wynn for just another Cardinal.
I feel like we have enough pitchers. Probably should try taking another pitcher.
Well,
What about Bob Lacey? It's decade. That's also a pitcher. What am I talking about?
yeah, I think it's Lacey Caminero or Mason Wynn just is a Cardinal. Quick, we got
Okay.
1 minute. So Caminero or Wynn? Wynn, you said?
Probably Win.
All right.
Win.
Let's go for the win.
We did say
Last
we're supposed to
round.
build
Okay, we got a
legal
70s
roster.
Cub. Looks great.
Great. Take him.
That's our last pitcher, I think. 59 Oriole. We have an Oriole. We have an 84 Cardinals. Is fine. And then we're a little bit stuck, right?
Oh wait, that Tasby might overlap. Yeah, that's. We can
Okay,
just
we
take
got
the other
40
Oriole.
seconds.
Could take Jeff
Manto. All right,
for
take
another
the other
Oriole.
Oriole, and then do we go with the 60s Cub or the 80s Angel? It's probably the Cub, right?
Oh, definitely the Cub. Definitely the Cub. We have a bunch of Cubs.
All right, are we good?
I think so. I
30
think we have a
seconds
legal
to
roster.
spare. All right, time to see how we did. How did everyone else do? Joe Hobo says he got to 19%. Harak Attack 16%. Zen Lunatic got to 22. I'm guessing 22 is pretty good.
22 is really good.
All right, before we flip over, what's your prediction? I'm predicting 16%. Which is, by the way, really good for a draft, but
I
not
think
as
that's
good
about
as
right. Probably maybe a little bit less because we don't.
Yeah, no, you're right.
We get the mission cards.
All right,
maybe,
I think you're right. I'm gonna say like 12 or 13.
Yeah, maybe 14, something like that.
All right, here we go. 18.3. All right, 18.3.
That's not bad.
Boa did pretty well, so we got a lot of the.
Boa and Cash probably got a lot.
Yeah, where's Boa? What order are these in, by the way?
It's like sort of your rotation and then your bullpen and then your starting lineup and then your bench, but it's kind of wonky.
Oh, okay. Okay, it's actually Boa Moreland had 8 years.
Really? Oh wow.
Yeah, so it's Boa Moreland that was actually the key.
We didn't even mean to do that.
Yeah. Cage Wisdom hit 17, 12, 14. All right, so actually it looks like we did well, but Zen Lunatic at 22.8 looks like the winner.
Yeah.
Well done.
It's really good.
To Zen Lunatic. And now, I guess I should look at whether the team is actually... We should do one more of these at the end. That was actually kind of fun.
Yeah, that was. I mean, it would be very helpful to have like perfect knowledge of who's teammates with who.
Yeah, but just out of curiosity, how did we do? The funny thing is, I don't think this is like the worst draft.
We definitely made some really bad. Like we passed Freddie Fitzsimmons and Versailles in one round, which was really not a good thing.
I'm not saying it's like the draft we would have made, but I'm saying like I bet that there are drafts that are worse than this where people just were card dead.
It's possible, yeah.
We probably should have said, actually, we probably should have made like a rule that you must take historicals in your first few rounds.
Well, I think that the problem with the live thing is that like
The
if all
bonuses
you
are
get is the
small
live,
for the live bonus, so you have to have
yeah, the live
teammates.
bonus itself is small. You have to have teammates.
Bob Gibson, Julian Javier, 266
Oof,
points.
jeez.
Wow.
That Bob Gibson card is really bad, by the way. That is the 95.
But if you get 266 points of chemistry, then
Still probably bad.
he's still really bad,
Yeah.
actually, isn't he? Yeah. With 260 points of chemistry, he goes from awful to awful.
Yeah.
So
Okay, well, that was fun.
quick reminder, please fill out the form. We'll open it up a couple more minutes, and then we will start grading, or we can even start grading now.
Yeah, we can start now, I think. I don't have a super long time today, so we might as well get going.
Yeah, I think let's do another one at the end, but let's look at some cards. Or we could take over a quick and like build a chemistry roster for that. Well, let's rate some cards first, maybe, and then
Oh, we could use the roster builder, except we couldn't actually build a chemistry roster in that because you can't see
because you
chemistry in the
can't
roster
see
builder.
chemistry in the roster builder. But apart from that,
We could have also entered the Iron Weekly, except it filled 6 days ago.
Oh, remind me to make a wide open team before it fires. It's going to be copy roster over, except I may not be able to directly copy roster. Haven't tried yet this year.
Yeah, definitely the import roster from League button is a little bit dangerous to press.
Especially if you DFA players.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
apparently I got silver packs from somewhere. Where did I get silver packs from?
I will say the transaction tree this year, listing out everything much more
is nicer. Definitely nice. Big
is
advantage.
really nice. I wish you could export it.
With one exception, which is I bet it's not going to scale. Because they clearly have not tested scaling on anything.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yes.
But all right. Yeah. I'm going to open 2 silver packs on stream. Here we go. I think I actually want lives right now.
Yeah, I think lives, except for the perfects, I would rather.
All right, but here you go. I got a live Yankee. That's pretty good.
That's a good one.
Got a live Yankee, and Vidro I don't think is Vidro is not an S tier card.
No, not so much.
You're supposed to materialize a Cy Young for me with this.
You actually, that's not a very good card though.
No, but for the memes.
It's funny. The same thing happened last year. There was that like a Cy Young Combinator sold for 370,000 points, which is like way more than it's worth, of course. The same thing happened last year. The very first sale of the Cy Young Tournament Edition sold for a lot. I think like at some point at the start of the cycle, people actually don't look at the ratings; they just look at the names.
Yeah.
Because the Cy Young card is terrible. It's like a completely unplayable card.
Yes. Wait, but if you have a Cy Young Combinator and you boost it a bunch, then it's a completely unplayable card.
Yeah, still worse than Greg Maddux or Cisco Carlos or the actually good cards.
Octal Next says he's the one that sold it. Congratulations on what may be the best sale of the cycle.
Yeah, that's a crazy sale. Well, no, there was a 660K Combinator Clemens sold, so I think that has it beat. But
okay, second best sale of the cycle, but still a pretty darn good decision.
Yeah. I don't understand it. Never.
So where were we? We were looking at Sun Woo Kim, right?
Yes.
All right. One last call to take the the Google form thingy, whatever we're calling it. Put your prediction in. So, all right. What do we got here? So right, this card. What do you want to say about Sun Woo Kim?
Uh,
And remember, this is a family show.
Mr. Kim could use some more ratings on his card
Yes.
and a better shape of them.
Yeah, let's see if we can come up with an example of a card that has just more of
Actually,
everything.
So live Noah Davis is a card that I was playing in low iron. It's not a good shape, but it has a lot of ratings.
Yeah, compared with this, yes.
So like this is just a much better version of the same card.
Yeah, this is yeah, I'm trying to figure out any situation in which you're going to run this, and I just can't find one.
Yeah.
Might even be our first minus of the season now that I think about it.
No, the 40s are really ugly this year. Like the 40s are really bad. This would play as a 40. I don't think it's a minus.
All right, we'll just go F with this one.
Yeah, I think it's regular.
It is not a good start, I'm afraid.
No, it is not.
Nor is it a good starter.
Nope, it's not good at. Well, it's good at holding runners. You got to give it that. And it's a very good sack bunter.
It is a very good sack bunter. Absolutely a very good sack bunter.
Worth noting, if you want to play this card in the league, it will not suffer from any decreased BABIP.
Yes, that is true. That is true. No, so actually, Sun Woo Kim is a very good hitter for a pitcher.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Like they're legitimately hitting ratings on this card. The problem
is even in no DH, too far behind, right?
I gotta ask you though. Oh, this is tough, but I'll ask it. If you had to run this card, would you rather run him as your number one starter or as your DH?
Well, the problem is if this is my DH, it means I can't play Curry Foley at DH.
Curry Foley plays right.
I think on that basis alone, I would play the pitcher.
But Curry Foley plays right, and Curry Foley plays first base.
Yeah, in theory. Another news: Curry Foley's a good card.
Yes, Curry Foley is a good card.
Yeah, probably pitcher, but probably
it's close, isn't it?
Probably pitcher.
All right,
it's not a good card.
Let's go on to Akinori Iwamura. I can scroll down on this one. That's good. So with the 49 range, I don't think this is a second baseman.
Definitely not a second baseman.
For third base, I know you were mentioning you were looking for a little more defense this year.
I still don't want like giant defense cards at third. It's funny. Live Brian Hayes have been playing a lot as a shortstop. In live stuff, he's a great shortstop.
So the problem here is that as a bat, I don't think this is any good either. Like at all.
mean, I think that the VL bat is okay.
Okay, but if you look at the VL bat, what are you getting here? Right? So he has a high BABIP but very low avoid K. So like that contact rating is actually probably about what he's going to hit. Right? He has a little bit of pop. So you're getting like 79 contact, 82 I, 69 power versus lefties, right?
Yeah, I mean, so look, for example, like if it's going to be the Josh Willingham, I think is kind of killed. Like this is not a DH because Josh Willingham is just better, basically.
Okay, but how about let's say Hal Luby?
So it has to play third, and yeah, it just doesn't feel like there's enough.
Just look at the bat here. Don't you just play Luby instead? Like you?
I mean, I think the bats are not like. I think the bats are probably going to be reasonably similar.
But then I'm just going to play Steve Huntz at third.
Yeah, but Huntz. I want to play Huntz at every position. That's the problem. I want to play Huntz at shortstop. I want to play Huntz at second. Like,
Okay, but but the thing is, there are other cards of this shape, right? Like there's a Rodney Scott, there's a Ken McMullen.
no, I don't think I'm playing Iwamura, but Iwamura, I think it's more like a probably a yeah, it's an F actually.
No, I mean, I don't think I'm playing him anywhere close to low iron either. Like I'll play this Ollie Benjamin instead. You know, got more of a bat. Gloves about as good.
I think I'd take Iwamura over this. I
My
still like
model
Babbitt
puts
a little bit
Iwamura.
more, but
Okay, but here, okay. How about this then? If you want Babbitt, here you go. Max Alvis. That's a card I bet you haven't looked at all.
it is not.
But this is more bat than Iwamura too, by a fair bit. VL.
Is it? No, I mean this is a lot less Babbitt. Iwamura has 113 Babbitt. That's a big
Yeah, but
difference.
with a low void K, maybe you're thinking in an early era you start to play Iwamura.
Well, the thing is that I mean, Iron people are playing all the starters have no stuff in Iron, so like I just don't care about the Avoid K.
Actually, okay, here you go. I'll give you another one then. How about this one?
That's a weird looking card.
But I think he's better than Iwamura by a fair bit, right?
That's probably a bit better. Yeah. No, I mean I don't think I'm playing Iwamura, but I mean,
I'm just saying, like even just running VL, I don't have Iwamura in the top 10 or something at third.
no, I don't think I'm playing. Yeah, but
Uh,
I wouldn't. I don't think it's a minus. Like I think I would play that in low iron probably, or at least think about it. I don't know.
I think I'm playing Hunts, Bejma, Jeltz, McMullen.
Yeah, I mean you're just gonna sort by eye, so that's yeah. Then you'll never play it, of course.
McMullen only has 86 eye. Here's McMullen. McMullen's not just sorted by eye. See, he's got everything.
I do like McMullen.
What?
I do like McMullen. McMullen's really splitty though, is the problem.
Yeah, but you're never playing Iwamura VR.
That's true. Yeah.
Of course, you're also never playing Iwamura VL. But okay, but
No,
VR is just going to play Derek Dietrich.
I'm actually not playing Dietrich.
No, well, I think there are better things, but
You're better.
in low iron, you just play a card like Dietrich.
Yeah, there's better versions of Dietrich.
But Dietrich's a 40. So I don't think Iwamura even plays as a 40. Like it's not a good. Well, no, he probably plays as a 40 with a platoon card, right? Because you can play Dietrich first or second.
Yeah, the thing is, he never plays as a cap card because, like, as a cap card, the problem is in Iron, I want to play 3 Steve Huntses, right? Like, but as a cap card, I only need 1 Steve Hunt. So then every other card is useless.
Yes.
So in some ways, he actually has more playability in Iron than as a 40 because I'm looking for more Steve Huntses, and the other place I'm not looking for more Steve Huntses.
Right.
So I don't know. I'm fine with either. I guess it's not a good card.
I would give this one a minus, but if you don't agree, then we'll go F and move on.
I probably wouldn't. I mean, I'm not going to play it. It doesn't really matter much.
All right. Jimon Choi. Well, this one's a little splitty.
Yeah, he's a switch hitter, which is very funny because he did try it for like 2 games, and it was
Yeah, Spore mentioned that on stream, but
yeah,
very small sample size switch hitter. I mean, to be fair, 2020 is like small sample size in general.
Yeah. I mean, this one is much closer to playable, I think, than the other two. It's just there's Dolph Camilli, and Dolph Camilli is just sort of like bettered version of this card.
I've still got to run. I haven't looked at these yet. I'm running my bronze model, which is now much slower this year because it turns out chemistry is a thing. Funny how that works, right? But I'm doing a little bit more optimization as a result. Here we go. All right, Choi. Where are we? Come on, first baseman. Why does first baseman come after all the catchers? There we go, first baseman. Nope, nowhere close.
Really, not even close. I'm surprised not close. I mean,
Well, two-way. Let me look VR.
oh,
I should
two way.
probably
I
look
agree.
at it just VR.
Yeah, two way. I agree. Nowhere close.
um, Part of it also is what the meta looks like, I guess, in terms of like how right-handed it is. Because I guess I am expecting about 75% righties right now in bronze.
Yeah, I mean that's going to be helpful for him though.
So that will be. Um, Hold on. That does not. He's not showing up on the list at all, which makes me think that I ended up with a stale version of the card shop.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Because I don't think he should be number one just by eye, but I do
No,
think
Camille is
he
better.
better be on the top 10 list.
Yeah, you should definitely be in the top 10.
All right, getting a new copy of the card shop. Let's try this again. Base running's not great, but
No, we'll live with that. Yeah,
But
that one's okay.
you know the 119i is fine.
Yeah, it's a lot of eye.
Rest of the bat's green is good. Am I trying to count for chemistry in the model? Yes, yeah. I mean everything's coming out of the model tactile next. So this is what I'm doing is not data based. I use a little bit of data at the beginning to make sure I understand the differences between 24 and 25. But apart from that, this is not observed data. This is entirely kind of modeling it, so it should not be noisy. I could, yeah. Okay, is it possible? Got to be in the card list, right?
It's definitely in the card list. I mean, it's in the version I have of the card list.
Okay, it's in the card list. So why is he not popping to the top of like a screen VR? That
I
is
do not
weird.
know.
Either way, I want to run Camille for sure, but
Yeah, I mean, Camille makes a card in F no matter what.
but this card should be ending up on the top of a list, so that's why I'm trying to make sure that I don't have some kind of other funny import bug that'll break the rest of this.
Yeah, I mean, I've got it sort of in the second tier VR, like along with Stall and some other cards in it. But Stall is so much better the other way. You're just going to play him over Choi. If they're the same VR.
Yeah, and I'll play Lu Blue with the enormous eye as well, but but I'm still just sort of puzzled that this doesn't end up higher. Okay, well, let's go. I think it is an F either way. I think that's right. But
yeah, it's not either way. Camille kills it, but
I'm puzzled, and I want to make sure I do have the right version of the database because like some of these are gonna play and are gonna have to be evaluated, right?
some of them, in theory.
Oh, huh. I know what the problem is.
Tactical next. We did a sort of a stream on modeling 2 weeks ago, which I think
Oh, which reminds me, yeah, I am going to put that on YouTube. I'm currently uploading it slowly in the background. Turns out that doesn't interact well with the stream, but it'll be on YouTube.
I think it should still be. Yeah, the VOD is still there for now, at least. So if people missed it, I think until tomorrow. Tactical net is kind of long, but that's if you're here and you're not expecting long, you're in the wrong place.
Little bit, yeah. Hold on. Did they change the format?
Oh, they added there's a maybe since last time we ran it there's an added field now. There's a date field. It probably shouldn't do
No,
anything
no,
bad.
no. I've got a card that claims that throws is 10,
Well, that seems like a problem.
which seems like it's a problem. Yes.
Probably things got shifted over by one because that sounds like it's a position.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So what's happening is I had this problem with the other version too. It just didn't export correctly, and I had to like play with the list to fix it.
Hmm. I mean, I think I can send you. I think I have a correctly exported one. I can just send it to you. That might make it easier.
Well, no. I just used to sort of do the direct export, right? So it looks like something's changed where like the default pandas thing that grabs it doesn't like the / card title at the start or something.
I've never heard of that before, but maybe. Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me. Tactical Nexus shifting the headers over, but unsure why.
Yeah. So I have to figure out why it's doing that. All right, let me try one more version of this. This is going to be a pain. Okay, apparently just converting format like by hand fixed it for now. That still doesn't seem like a great solution though. You know.
Well, it works for now. It works for now. You can fix it.
Yeah. It's got to be a better import solution than that though.
Yeah.
You added index call equals false. Yeah, I've got that in there actually. Sorry, I'm using index call as none.
Should be the same.
Yeah, I'm doing something like here. I'm doing something like that. Here we go. I can post code in there. I'm doing something like that, which is not working.
Yeah.
That's fine. All right. Well. Problem solved. Oh, by the way, we should probably all right. Last chance on the form responses. We'll give it another 60 seconds, and then we're closing it. Okay, now this is working again. Now I'm back to my usual Davy Force is the best pitcher in bronze, except oh wait, right?
Yeah, except the game doesn't. I tried, by the way. I did try. It wouldn't let him come in.
No. Tempting. All right. Now I got it working. I think I got to go back and revisit Mr. Choi, by the way.
Really? You think he's better than Camille? That's surprising.
I kind of want to run him as a DH.
But I mean, I feel like he's just like the same as Stahl, and I'm just going to play Stahl because Stahl actually gets lefties. And I'm just going to play Camille and Stahl, and I have no room for Choi. Like, I don't think it's.
I think I actually do prefer Choi VR.
Enough that you're going to play 3 first basemen on your roster.
Yeah, because you can platoon. Because actually, the other thing that lets me do is it lets me play Milligan, and then just get a platoon in there. Because I love the idea of playing Milligan.
So you're not playing Stahl now.
DH Stahl, I guess.
There's no room on your roster to play 4 first basemen.
Yeah, so Camille goes. That's what I'm saying. You play him instead of Camille.
Oh, you like Choi better than Camille?
I'd play him over Camille in this one, yeah.
Oh.
So I think I actually do want to play the card then.
No, I don't. I want Camille.
I think it's very close. So
if you want to give it a D or something or a C or whatever.
I think it's like a C. Because I think Camille makes it close, but I think there's room to play him. I'm not gonna, yeah. I don't think I'm gonna go out of my way to buy him if I already have Camille and this card's more expensive. But I would definitely be willing to buy him later, essentially.
Mm.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's a decent card. All right, we go to Kazmatsui. Uh, Hello. Do we have audio problems? I can't hear you. Can people hear us?
Okay, sorry. The more I look at this, the more I actually want to give Choi like a B instead. Because of how right-handed Bronze is becoming.
I don't. B seems. I mean, if we're saying we don't want to like, you have to think the card is a lot better than Camille. I mean, because
I think it's a
it's
fair
such
bit
a
better than Camille
constricting card.
VR. I actually think it is a lot better than Camille VR.
No,
The problem is that Camille is much more tolerable VL.
yeah, Troy feels to me like it's the kind of card where like, okay, it's fine, and it's not really going to change your roster much.
Yeah,
So
but I think because I'm sort of expecting, Bronze pitching projected to be a little over 75% right-handed.
it seems. I mean, I don't have a ton of bronze data. It seems like a lot. Because I mean,
so that's kind of why I want to find a way to play Choi. Because at some point, like once you get to about 80% right-handed, you actually just run in both ways and you hope.
That seems like a lot because I mean, Shun is everyone's going to play Shun, right? Shun's left-handed. You're going to get the occasional, like Baumgartner or something. That Sherdell's left-handed, right? Like, you get some of him. I don't know. That seems like a lot to me.
Yeah, but the relievers are also pretty overwhelmingly right-handed.
Yeah, I mean, if we have like 3-4 playable left-hand starters, like it's not going to be 75%, right?
I don't think it's going to be. I don't think anyone's playing 3 or 4. I think you're going to see one left-handed starter, maybe 2 occasionally, but an almost exclusively right-handed bullpen. That's kind of what I'm finding. I'm having trouble finding a lefty to put in the bullpen at all. Maybe Bueno.
Isn't Paul Gibson looks decent?
I don't have that shape working as much. Yeah.
Singer's right-handed. Indeed was Luke, but he has a fine card at the moment. I think. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think there's going to be more lefties than that. I'm not. I don't think it's going to be that tilted. So I'm not.
Yeah, I think I want to. I think the more I look at, the more I want to bump him up.
I think I would probably go for D on Choi at maybe C, but B seems like a lot. I don't think he's anywhere near that good.
B minus?
It still seems like. I mean, we're basically saying like you have to have the perfect meta. You have to like sacrifice your roster to not play lefties. You can't play more. Like you have to stretch your depth chart because you're playing 1,000 first basemen. Like this is a very narrow usage.
And I mean, so I actually have his bat a fair bit better than Camille. The problem is that Choi is also a disaster on the base paths.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I guess I can't sing, but
But see, I would have thought it was more your kind of thing because it's the BABIP that I'm valuing, right? See, how am I the one talking you into BABIP and you want just the power and eye card?
Because, well, the thing is that Camille actually has BABIP. He just doesn't have avoid Ks.
All right, let me check one other thing actually, because right now what I'm doing is I'm waiting for the meta to kind of coalesce. Let me run the version of the code where I don't do that. I just kind of run it against. There's sort of a leveling thing, right? Like in poker,
Right.
Same idea, right?
Right.
So I've been letting the meta coalesce. Let me just see what happens if I don't do that, and I just run like a, first or second order version.
Right.
Because that's going to be less right-handed.
Yeah, Kazken's asking if steals are better this cycle. Steals good this cycle. I think they're slightly better, but still not great. I don't know if you've done anything.
No, I still like him. I still like him.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like even if you think he's good right now in this very specific meta that you think is all right-handed, like as soon as you get one good lefty starter, he's just dead. Right?
Yes.
So.
All right.
Like.
C plus.
Sure.
All right. There we go. All right, we got our first good disagreement of the cycle. That's good to get started. Oh yeah, thank you for the follow, Tucker. It looks like a few people have followed, so thank you. All right, Kaz Matsui. Should we go on, or do we still try to rate up? Should we talk about Kaz?
We can talk about Kaz.
All right. Let's move on to Kaz. It was actually not named Kaz in here. So another slightly splitty card. 71 range. Are you willing to put up with that? I mean, it is a pretty good bat.
No, I like the bat a lot, VL. I'm very happy to play it at second VL. Short, I really just like the Sean Rodriguez card. I mean, it's mostly just a defense. Just a lot of range.
Yeah, I'll put up Rodriguez since we haven't talked much about these cards yet. So Rodriguez, great defensively. The bat's not wonderful, but he's got eye, and I guess if he ever gets to hit, gap power.
Yeah. You're mostly playing this for the defense. I mean, that's the main reason you're playing this card. So this is what I've been playing. At shortstop and bronze. I haven't played a lot of bronze, but this is what I've been playing. I have been playing Jeff Blauser at second VL. I think Matsu's a little better than Blauser, so I'll probably just Actually, I guess I'll play Blauser at third now.
I mean, I'm still happy to play Hal Luby, right? If he does play second, that's good. I like Andrews as well.
Yeah, McAuliffe is another card that I've been playing a decent amount. Very splitty card again, but
yeah, McAuliffe. Yeah, that's a good one. So with that in mind, also VL is the weak side of the platoon, as we were saying. And I think that makes it a lot tougher to find a spot for him. It's important that he plays the two positions. But it definitely makes it tougher to find a spot for him that, it's the weak side of the platoon. I have him as the fourth best VL second baseman. But actually second best shortstop VL, just because there aren't a lot of really big VL shortstops. But I'd much rather play Blauser VL because Blauser does more things, in addition.
Well, so I've been playing Tom Tresh a decent amount, and Tom Tresh this year actually is a.
So have I actually. I've been playing Tresh as well. I mean, Tresh did become a shortstop, right?
Yeah, and last year I think his card did have shortstop on it, but it was horrendous. And this year his shortstop is a little bit better.
Okay, you mentioned Polanco. I don't think I've looked at Polanco much at all. You mean the live Polanco, I guess.
I mean, that's just a chemistry play.
Sure, as a chemistry play, I could see it working. I definitely wouldn't want to play in VL if you're going to do it. But I could see it as a chemistry play.
Yeah, you have to think chemistry's a lot, and you probably be playing a full live team if you want to play that. I would guess. Like you have to think chemistry's really strong, and that the best way to get chemistry is to play a full live team. Which
Sounds reasonable.
That's probably the only way I'm ever playing that card.
Yeah, okay. So Matsui, I think, is one where if he were the best VL, you'd have to think about it. But his second best VL, he just doesn't play, right?
Yeah, I have him as the best VL second. I still don't think I'm ever going to put him on my roster because he is just so splitty.
All right, yeah, I think
and
it's
I don't
all
have
right.
an issue
So we'll give
up,
him an F
so,
then.
Yeah.
All right, and then we are up to silver. Now, I'm trying to remember. I haven't seen much low silver this year, but I really haven't been playing anything above mostly iron, right? A little bit of bronze, but I just don't have the card pool yet, and
Low
I'm kind of
silver is the
desperately saving
Tewksbury show.
resources. What?
Low silver is the Tewksbury show.
Yeah, that's right, and I don't have Tewksbury yet. Give a shout out to Yingling too.
It's mostly the Tewksbury show.
Let's see. Also, silver is the point at which just a lot of the big cards right now in silver and above are the mission rewards for the live missions. So instead of buying the handful of ones that aren't, I'm just trying to crank through the live missions as I can. And it's actually kind of nice from that point of view that, you know, it kind of all the silvers are the 20s and so forth, you know, because you could have imagined actually one way to structure it, which I'd like to see them do more of this time around, is don't just make the diamonds the later missions and the silvers the earlier. Make the good cards the hard missions. In the same way that, you know, Mathis was a good card. He was an iron, but it made sense for him to be an expensive mission because it was an important card.
Right.
But what it means is you can kind of really you want to build a silver team, I think, first by finishing the mission cards and only then coming back and, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I would say I think my like full silver build is about half mission cards, or maybe a little less.
I'm still finishing missions before I have a silver build.
Well, I'm thinking about, like, I don't have them all yet. I have most of them at this point, but not all.
Yeah.
But there are some strong cards that are not.
So as for Kuroda, well, actually, I've got a pretty straightforward comparison I can show you. So sorry, I should put Kuroda up, right? So here is Hiroki. If I had the card, I would put the side-by-side up. But since I don't, what I want to do is actually put him up next to the live Miles Michaelis.
Which is one of the better lives, by the way.
Which is one of the better lives, but the point I was going to make is these two cards are almost identical. The difference is that Michaelis has a little bit more stuff, and Kuroda has a little bit more control, especially VR.
Yeah, Kuroda's also low silver eligible, which I think helps him quite a lot, actually.
Yeah, so these cards I have is pretty similar, and I have them as the 5th and 6th starters overall in full silver. But, you know, so Miles I would have slightly ahead just on the ratings, but Kuroda's going to have more chemistry because a bunch of the other cards at the top are snapshots. So probably Kuroda's the better call overall, plus, as you say, he's low silver eligible.
Yeah, I have him about, I mean, I have the two cards also about the same, a little bit further down full silver than you, more like, you know, about 10th.
Okay.
But low silver, I would play Kuroda. He's like number 3. So, I don't know. I think that low silver, there is a low silver weekly. It probably is enough to get him like a C.
I think that sounds fair. Yeah, I think if he's fringy now, he'll drop out of the meta pretty quickly. You know, certainly I'd rather go with Michaelis than Kuroda because it's also going to be, you know, lives are all mission cards right now as well.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, I think Ken Boyer, the St. Louis level 1 mission is actually a useful card.
Yes.
So that is helpful too.
Yeah, I think that's right. All right. What do we got next? We got Chan Ho Park, right?
Yes, Chan Ho Park.
Also a bit splitty. So this, I think, is maybe the first example for me of one where the shape just doesn't work for the new game engine. Like you'd expect by eye that this card's very good VR, and I don't have it anywhere remotely close. And I would
like
love
the
this
shape
card
better.
in 24.
Yeah, I like the shape better than you do. Definitely, I still have it in that same kind of, about 10th range as I had Kuroda.
Yeah, I'm quite a bit
Um,
behind that. And then, of course, especially VL, it's that much worse, right?
because there are cards of this. I mean, that have this shape, but are better basically.
The other problem is I expect the silver meta to be very left-handed right now. Hitting wise, I mean, sorry. So I think I'm expecting a majority of silver play appearances to be by lefties.
Yeah, I guess Lance Berkman is very scary if you're a righty in silver.
Berkman, but there are a few of these as well. Like Will Clark is also,
Yeah, Will Clark is good.
so the
Anderson
Mission
is
Edition
good.
Berkman and Clark are splitty and just huge. There's also like Cintrone is actually, I mean, he's a switch hitter, but um, you
The card is
know,
such a. I mean, yeah, it's a weird card, but yeah.
it's a weird card, but he's going to get run a lot. I think you're going to see some Steve Bronze as well.
Anderson is, and Delancey, as Cage was mentioned, is probably most people's starting catcher. Um, so yeah,
Yeah.
there are a lot of.
Yeah, so GT Sundown, this is one where, again, in PT24, I'm immediately playing this card, and I would have considered even playing it up with a shape like this. This card isn't so far from where J.R. Richard was, right?
Yeah,
VR.
I mean, just I mean the numbers. I mean, the scale is totally.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but as a PT25 card, with the changes that have been made, I think this is not close to playable. I wouldn't play this just VR, and I certainly wouldn't play it in a meta that's fairly lefty-heavy batting.
well, the thing is, I mean, there are other splitty cards that are also like for example, this Larry Jackson maybe a good example of another very splitty card that has a sort of a better shape, even though the ratings are a little bit lower.
Sure, I can put Jackson up.
And I think
I mean, the other thing that I've been doing, which has been actually really good for me in tournaments. So normally I'm not a boom or bust type player in tournaments. I just want to kind of try to have a little bit better roster than my opponents and so forth, right? But but I know I'm outgunned when it comes to like the strong, the strong player pools here because I just don't have a lot of cards. And the one that I've been running that I love the shape of, if he works, is this Sandy Consuegra.
he's borderline, unfortunately.
He
So
is. Well, so but what I've been doing
I
is
also like the card a lot.
what I've been doing is just taking my chances. Basically, I'm running this card like in Diamond. If it turns out, he has it that day, this is a good Diamond. If he doesn't, he doesn't. And he only has
Yeah,
54 stamina.
The shape is fantastic. I definitely want to put this card on my roster.
Yeah.
It's just the borderline is very scary. It's if it
Yeah.
wasn't borderline, this is slam dunk, top of the rotation for everybody in silver. But
Yeah, absolutely. Even with the splits, he's fine VL and he's incredible VR.
yeah,
But so I have been running this. I don't think I'm running him in silver, although I'm not sure I've played silver yet. But I don't think I'm running him in silver, but I will run him in like low diamond because I don't have the cards. And this gives me a chance to kind of try to have a low diamond as opposed to definitely not having a low diamond.
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
Anyway, I've got an F on Park. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm giving an F for Park.
Right.
No, I'm not going to play.
Cole Calhoun, which is amazing to me that he was in the league that long, and just I have like almost no memory of Cole Calhoun. Maybe it's because he was on the Angels, and I have like almost no memory of like the Angels other than Mike Trout highlights. But
Well, that really was pretty much the whole team for a while, so I can understand that.
so he's right field only. Bad defensive shape for the rating. Splitty, but there is this little Lance Berkman shaped problem for a right fielder that only plays VR and
Yeah.
silver, isn't there?
No, but I mean, I think there are other issues too. Like, I mean, I think I'd
I think
rather
he's behind other things. I agree.
even. But
Um,
yeah, Berkman is disgusting.
but like one example of a card that I think I like better. Look at this Dustin Moore in right field. So the bat, I like Moore's bat a little bit better as well. By the way, it's a weird shaped bat, but I think I like Moore's bat better. But you see how this right field rating says 93, but it's 82 range, 82 arm, 62 air. He's actually got more range than Calhoun, right? Most of this difference is coming from outfield air.
Yeah. The composite. I mean, that's one thing that actually needs to be figured out at some point. Which is combinators only show boost of the composite rating, which of course is meaningless and doesn't give you anything helpful.
You need to see the components.
So we're gonna have to figure out how exactly the components are getting boosted, because I assume the components are in fact getting boosted. I don't see another way to boost the composite.
I'm not completely sure. So one thing I do know is that like as power creep goes, there's a point that, for example, the stock ratings initially like roughly look like an average of the individual pitch qualities, but there seems to be a point that breaks down when you turn the power creep up. So it's possible that there's just like an extra modifier on top of Andy's better at defense than the components. I would have guessed it's the component ratings for sure.
I don't know. I mean, it's the same thing with the stuff in individual pitch ratings, right? There's something there because there is definitely.
Oh, by the way,
There's
did you close off the form, by the way? Or I can do that otherwise.
No, I did not, but we could look at the times.
Yeah,
also.
you want to do that? And we can.
I'll close it. Okay.
All right. Cole Cal. Anyway, go ahead. Yes.
It's an F. I mean, it's an F. But yeah, there's definitely non-linearity at some point in the individual pitch ratings to stuff deal.
All right. Ha-Sung Kim, not the live. So, all right, we've got our first example so far for the year of one where the silver is better than the live gold. So, see, power creep exists. Not a complaint. This is, the way it's supposed to be, but, just making a point. Okay, very splitty card. Right? Not eligible at second, which is unfortunate because I would have really been happy to run him at second. Given that, where do you have him?
Even giving him second, I don't know that I'd actually play him because Tony Phillips is really, really good. So I don't really have this playing at all. I'd rather cards like Sano or Billy Grabarkowitz or a lot of stuff.
Okay, so at third, so this is splitty card, right? I'm looking at him specifically VL. So at third, I have him VL, second behind Cintron, but again, not at all a two-way option. At short, I also have him second behind Cintron. So that means, in principle, you would play him somewhere. The problem is VR, I really don't like the card at all. So I'm not sure you're going to face enough lefties for this really to make sense. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I mean, I said I don't even have this. Like, I prefer Cintron as well, VL, and also Phillips and Grabarkowitz. And Phillips and Grabarkowitz actually play the other way.
Yeah, anytime you can find two-way cards, it's better, for sure.
Yeah, I'm not going to play this one. Even if it's at second, I wouldn't play it.
So I think it's close for me. I think it's an F, but I think if it were a very left-handed meta, it would not be.
Okay, that's I mean, you have it second, then yeah, probably not. But I mean, I think you should put Tony Phillips on your roster, Cade Wisdom, but probably center field is not the place I would do it. Probably second.
All right, Jung Ho Kang. So we're now up to gold.
Is there a low gold format yet? I don't remember
I don't think I've
seeing
seen a
one.
low gold, but since I haven't been playing it, I wouldn't be
I
certain.
can look.
Here, we can look at what's out there. I probably have to re-enter some quicks, my guess.
No, in fact, there's not even a low gold filter as an option. Low gold is no low gold. So we've got to talk about this as a full gold card.
Yes. Speaking of which, I can re-enter some quicks. So
At which point this is going to get run over by the live mission rewards.
yeah, I think so. So his list is a third baseman. Where does that leave him? What I should do is wait for the quick to fire, and then
Yeah.
I'll just come back out and do this. We'll do one more card, and then we'll. Remind me to check back in on our imperfect draft too.
Oh right. Yes.
So the thing is that this Bat VR, I think, as you say, just gets run over by the live mission rewards.
Yeah, and I guess Jose Bautista was very good.
Oh yeah, that Bautista's incredible. Are you running him at third or right?
I would be running him at third if I owned him, but
Yeah, sure, that's right. I don't own him yet, but you know. Sounds about right. Or about third, as the case may be.
Yeah. I mean, he's a really good right fielder too, but third base is there's less competition there than in the outfield.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's going to be tough to make this work.
Yeah. If there were low gold, I might get interested in this as a platoon third baseman. But there isn't low gold, so F.
Yeah, the problem I have is I kind of just love Steve Braun. So I'm actually still just going to run Steve Braun VR.
I don't know. No, I mean, I think I would play it in low gold, but it's kind of marginal anyway. And full gold, it gets just absolutely clobbered. So
my model kind of likes Augie Galen as well, and Bip Roberts a little bit, and I think it seems clear that I'm the one willing to not run third base defense right now. Because if I look at Augie, I love, as a third baseman, I love this bat.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of always the things that I've noticed when I have, not a lot of data, which is the case at the moment, is that that 10, I guess whatever I'm doing, tends to overrate defense because it just assumes that the variance is kind of real.
Well, that's fair, yeah.
So my guess is once I have a lot, it will care less.
Okay, yeah. My model's not data driven on this. It just says who cares about defense, big bat.
Right. I mean, my guess is I will get much more. I mean, Bautista's still going to be the best, like for sure. But
right, he also plays defense.
Yeah, he just does everything.
Or put John Knight. Put John Knight there.
But John Knight's already playing second.
Well, you're not playing Lance Blankenship at second.
I like Lance Blankenship.
I think I want to play Nicky. I think I want to play Nicky Lopez at second, and so I want to play Knight elsewhere.
Well, I want to play Lopez at shortstop.
You could do that too. All right.
Anyway, the live mission cards are good, and we haven't even
live mission cards good. Jun-Ho Kang not.
Yeah.
Sashi Iwakuma. All right, where do we have Iwakuma? Well, I'm not seeing him on my list of cards I want. That's a bad sign.
That's sort of surprising to me, actually. I would have thought you'd like this card a lot.
He's expensive.
Just surprised you don't like the card.
Let's see what we got here. Make sure I've got the correct version of the database. No, looks correct. Okay.
Just split or something. I don't know.
No, I see. No. Oh, I just think he's going to give away too many homers.
Oh, okay.
That lack of home run prevention looks fatal to me in gold right now.
Yeah, I sort of have him in like the second, third tier. Um, it's weird. My top starter in gold is alive, but
You're running Logan Webb too, huh?
yeah,
You know what Logan Webb does
live
is
reliever.
you know what Logan Webb is really good at preventing.
Yeah, these homers.
That's the one. Yeah.
It's weird. I don't. I it's so. I don't quite understand about Logan Webb. So Logan Webb in the beta was a 94, which is probably a more appropriate overall for him,
Okay.
based on his ratings at least. And then for some reason he got listed as a reliever and bumped down to an 89, even though his ratings didn't change at all. So I'm not quite sure what happened there. But it is made for a very strong gold card.
Okay, but also I don't understand the home run projection. Okay, so Logan Webb gave up 20 homers in 260 innings last year. 0.8%, 0.8 homers per nine.
So
Let me see if I can find that as a rate stat. But it's not. I mean, that's not huge, but that's not like legendary.
So I mean, there's two possibilities. One is that it's just purely sort of a league adjusted stat, which is possible. It sounds like not a lot for how many homers there were last year. But secondly, it's possible that what's happening is that the home run rating is a composite of the movement rating, which is actually the rating which you can change, and the ground ball percentage. So Webb, I assume, has an enormous ground ball percentage.
They've really done that.
Yeah, I think it's possible.
Why would you? I am glad I do not have Sporer's job this year.
So Webb, because Webb must have led the league in ground ball percentage or been second to Framber Valdez, right? It's one of the two led the league in ground balls.
He's definitely up there. He deservedly has an extreme ground ball profile. We'll put it that way.
Has a tremendous number of ground balls. So that's my guess, is that his movement rating is based on his home runs, and then this ground ball is making his P home run go to the moon.
Okay. Let me look up the highest ground ball percentages in 2023 while we're doing this.
It's definitely going to be the Webb or Valdez. I don't even know who else it would be.
I'm guessing there'll be some relievers in there too, but you know. Okay, I probably want to minimum playing time maybe. What do you say? What do you think? Minimum 60 innings pitched, or you want more?
I guess if you do 60, it's going to have some relievers in there.
All right, I'll go 100. Logan Webb, number one, is not even close. 62%.
Yeah, okay,
next is Alex Cobb at 57.6. So it's not even close. And you see Alex Cobb is doing something similar, right? Where it's, yeah.
Yeah, because the thing is that extreme ground ball doesn't actually matter because it's already accounted for in the home run rating. If you use movement, it matters, but if you use P home run, it's already in there.
Yeah, good call.
So you're not getting anything.
Cage Wisdom, John King is up there too. Duran actually is up there, which makes sense with that filthy stuff, but he's not as extreme.
Maybe it's some kind of reliever thing, like Zips thinks he got lucky, because I think they're all based on Zips, all the live ratings.
Okay.
At the start. Or I think maybe they said last year it was some kind of blend of Zips and Steamer, but
anyway, as for Iwakuma, my model's just saying he's gonna give up too many bombs.
Yeah, I guess mine says he isn't going to give up like a fatal number, but still not enough that like you're really going to be excited about the card. Just like he's okay.
The only cards that I'm willing to run, it looks like, that kind of give up this many homers, have considerably more PBABIP than this, actually, especially versus lefties. Or PBABIP and control, they have both. So I'm willing to run Candy Cummings. But you see Cummings actually has more of the PBABIP plus control. Right? Like significantly more.
I don't think I was wanting to run Candy Cummings, interestingly.
He's not at the top of my list, but I'm like willing to run. But just as an example with that shape. Or Hank Robinson, I think, is another that has that shape.
Yeah, Hank Robinson I have in the playable range, yeah.
Yeah, so Hank Robinson, same shape. Right.
Yeah, Hank Robinson, I think is it. Yeah, I prefer Hank Robinson to Iwakuma. Sure.
So I think this one's an F.
I think I'd probably give it like a D. It seems like vaguely playable, but I guess
I don't know.
if
I
we're
don't
saying
know
it's
that I'm
fine,
close. Yeah.
well, I also I have about Another Life too because I like Justin Steele quite a lot as well.
That's true.
So
All right.
those are also again helpful
I
cards
think we
because
can give him an F
we.
then.
All right, that's fine.
All right. How about Aoki?
Um,
Let's see where I've got Aoki.
don't scroll down. I think is the answer for OB.
I made the mistake of looking at the model already. I should put him up on the screen though.
I guess yeah. We'll have to look.
So he's better versus lefties for sure, like by quite a bit. So I think versus lefties, what he's going to run into, well, actually, he's going to run into a lot of stuff, isn't he? Now that I look at this,
Yeah, I mean,
but for example, I don't know. Maybe in left it's okay because like he's going to run to a card like the Hugh Duffy, but you can play Duffy in center or right. I'm always going to take Ricky and his 146i, but might take
I mean,
Shumpert.
I don't know. I've got this as just slam dunk F minus, like completely useless, unplayable card.
Okay, I have him as not playable, but at least closer.
Like I don't know. It seems to me like a lot. There's a lot of cards this year that it seems like the overall from like the change to contact to the only bad case seems like it has to me at least made the thing which generates overalls from the ratings even worse. Like it
Yeah,
takes
no,
occasion
that I
very
agree with
weak.
that. All right, well,
And yeah,
we can give him an F, I guess.
no, this card is miserable. Yeah, but sure.
Uh,
We're not playing it.
all right. Do we have to say something nice about Jojima? Because I got to scroll down on him too. But do we have Tasweegi in the chat? Or we have to say something nice about Jojima, or can we just rate him?
I mean, I will say Jojima last year was one of the cards I think that I at least missed the most badly on when we were doing these card reviews because I think at the time I didn't want to play him in anything and I ended up actually playing him a lot. Basically, there just wasn't another card with that much avoid case and I wasn't dealing with it well. And once I dealt with it well, he was good.
Right. That's fair.
So
I never really played him, but I drafted him occasionally.
Yeah, and this one, I mean, again, it's the same thing, right? The overformer just loves the void case. He also has the really bad catcher shape, right, where he has the two things but not framing.
Yes. Absolutely. So I think that's right. When you put it together. By the way, is blocking here? Speaking of like bad words to use, does blocking prevent wild pitches and passed balls, or do they block the plate? I've assumed the former.
Yes, I would assume so. I guess we'll have to wait for Brian McCann to come out because if he has just like a huge amount of it, then we'll know.
Yeah, that's true.
Do we have a Brian McCann in yet? Let's see. Actually, I don't know. There's so many cards now. I feel like I haven't seen. Oh,
I think I saw McCann actually.
Oh, it only has 78 blocking. Okay, it's not blocking the plate. That we confirmed it.
Yes. All right.
Okay.
McCann good. Confirmed. Yes. Okay. Yeah, there's good. There's a silver McCann. All right. Yes. So, yeah, I mean, to me, Jojima is like Lavalier minus stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
Lavalier's splittier, but like that sort of shape. But like Lavalier just has extra stuff.
I mean, my top gold catcher is Frank Chance, of course.
Yep.
Frank Chance, of course, is also my top first
I need to do the mission for that.
But actually, my number 2 catcher in gold is Bill Delancey still. So
I don't have him as high as you do, but all right. Anyway, I think this is an F.
Yeah, it's an F.
Hong Chi Kwa. Let's see, reliever, 115 hold runners. I'm a fan of that. So I think just cards that are missing at least one of control and Homer, and this is sort of missing 1.5. But I think cards that are missing even one are really tough to survive with right now. And this
Yeah,
is
I mean, I
missing,
think
and this is really missing two of them.
it,
So
it is, I think, possible. Like this Fernando Rodney card is doesn't have a huge amount of either, but this has so many other ratings.
but Rodney. But if you look at
I think it's
Rodney,
okay.
I still don't have Rodney that good, but Rodney's actually got a lot more control and a lot more home run prevention than Qua.
Well, than this, but I mean, it's he's still behind. Like the
No, but
really
I don't.
high.
I don't think you need. I mean, we were talking about this off stream, right? I think if people are looking at shape, how do I put it? Some ratings, the game engine right now punishes a lot more for being missing than it rewards for being present in, to a high degree.
Yeah.
So it's a real problem if you're trying to run Alex Reyes out there with 10 control. Um, it's not so much of a problem that Rodney has like 75 control instead of 85, as much as it would be a problem that Qua has, like 50.
Yeah, it's much more fatal to have the claws going.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah. So from that point of view, Qua I think is.
No, I agree. He's a terrible card.
He might even be an F minus in terms of play.
I mean,
Well, he probably is, but it's because of just the weird shape.
yeah, I think F minus is fine. This card's really bad. It's no interest in this though.
All right, we agreed on him. All right, Chu. Are you choosing him? VR, that is.
I think so. I mean, it's still a really good VR bat. I mean, it's less splitty than last year's. It's still really splitty, but the VR bat's great. I mean,
I like the defense for like what's a bat first card.
yeah, no, I mean, I don't think like full diamond. I don't think I'm quite playing this, but low diamond, it seems good.
And there are low diamonds like turns,
Yes,
so that's fine.
There's a daily and a weekly, so he does have places to play.
So that's not so bad. Let me just see what I got here. Just loading everything up for low diamond, finding settings. Because it has to find the meta first before it can evaluate and figure out like what the distribute. Wow. My model says that like the optimal way to play low diamond is like 95% right-handed. Pitching.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
So if that's true, then it absolutely loves Chew, because it basically just says like, lefties don't exist anyway. Just yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the one thing was like, obviously, we're not at a point in the cycle where people have meta rosters, right? There's a lot of random.
Yeah, but VR. I mean, I have this as the best bat VR by a little bit, but it's a much better glove than like once being compared with in right field.
Yes, no, I agree. I think, especially in a very right-handed meta, you're definitely going to play this.
Yeah, I think that bumps him up a bit. I was going to say this, was a splitty card, so there's like a B or B plus, but I think it's more like an A or A plus with the meta.
Yeah, I mean, I think probably the fact that it doesn't really get to quite to full diamond. I think makes it more of an A than like a higher than that.
Yeah,
but
I think A sounds good.
Yeah, I think A is fine.
All right, that sounds good to me. All right, how about Kim? Yunhyun Kim. That's a splitty card. It's almost like they just fed his arm slot in there, and it's like, oh, with that arm slot, he must be really, because he wasn't actually as splitty, especially when they tried to make him a starter for a while.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Having said that, this kind of again feels like the sort of card that just there's not as much there. Like the funny thing is, I'd rather run Quisenberry than this card VR.
Um,
Just because of which ratings it's missing. So I do have him as like about the sixth best, like low diamond option VR. Nowhere close two-way though, and as a reliever, you're usually on the wrong side of the splits.
yeah, I mean, I have him slightly better than that VR, like third VR for low diamond. But yeah, I mean, this is basically, can your AI manager put him in against righties enough? Like, if it can't, the card is useless. Just
You end up
awful.
awful, yeah.
And probably the answer is that no, it won't be able to do that. Especially if we're saying that we think low diamond is going to have a lot of right-handed starters. There's going to be
Yeah, I mean to me this is an F that would actually
nine.
be an F minus if you tried to play it.
I don't know. I think the splitty cards is there can be uses for them, like that Mark Icorn last year.
Yeah,
I think
but that's because Icorn was actually the best in that direction.
that's true. But I mean, we did there was eventually a tournament, like I think we sort of said the same thing, right? We're too scared to play Icorn, basically, right? We just think the manager is going to never find righties, and then there was eventually a format that he was actually kind of okay in.
Yeah.
So it is always possible these kinds of cards that you get some very tilted format.
But I just play Quisenberry. So it's
I
not. So it's got to be two formats. The
thing is, the card I actually want to play if I'm into this live Tyler Rogers.
I've got Rogers. I've also got live Kevin Kelly had this.
Oh, okay. I don't have him, but
VR.
I can understand. I can understand why you'd get that.
And
there's Ken Tatum also. I think Ken Tatum is good.
All right, so I think this is nice. How about Shota Imanaga? We got our first future legend, which means we finally get to find out, well, if you ever get both of them on the roster at the same time, we can find out the chemistry rules for future legends and whether it's 2 points or 2x or 5x. I'm predicting 2x.
Yeah, probably.
Right, because there are currently two unused card types, which I've been assuming are Negro League Stars and Future Legend, but,
They are. Yeah, they're definitely those because
they must be, they must be, but until we see one, now I should be able to check.
They're listed in a type filter. The Negro League cards are already listed in there.
Oh, okay, then yeah.
Oh, it's 100% those.
Anyway, Imanaga, lefty, and this is not so splitty for lefty, right? That's the good news. Okay, I'm out of good news. Your turn.
Well, you got more good news than I did. So
no, I mean this actually just is the same thing we're talking about, where I do not think you can survive with this little home run prevention even at this early stage of the meta.
Well, the issue is not only that, but I think this card just doesn't have enough ratings either. Like even if it's had a good shape, I don't think.
Yeah, well, still the same thing where stuff is, and okay, it's a homer it's a non-homer preventing extreme fly ball. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just bad.
It's a lefty, you can't hold runners. All right, it's an F. All right. By the way, the most shocking thing is we've not had a tiger in this set.
That's true. No tigers. The Tigers must have had an Asian player at some point.
All right, Eric.
Futini. There's a Futini in the game. Okay. So
okay.
They're...
So we got Eric Thames. What do we got here? Better VR. Makes sense.
Last year he had that weird giant reverse split card off that single month. That was sort of a funny card.
Yeah, but that card I think is probably a lot better bat than this.
Yeah. This is
like.
It's just behind Helton, right? Helton is just kind of clobbering it.
Helton, but I'm actually running Yaz because that was one of the
Yaz is also that was
one not this Yaz. Oh, this Yaz is not awful, but this Yaz was one of the first historicals I pulled.
Yeah, that Yaz is also fine. I mean, there's the mission cards like the Andre Dawson, Joe DiMaggio are also good corner outfielders.
Yeah. This I have nowhere close.
No, I don't either.
But I do approve of kind of making LEs that are something like this, where there's a nice story and you're not gonna make them meta breaking. So
Very much. This is, yeah.
I'm not giving this an F minus because I would much rather do it this way, but I think it is an F.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I don't think it's that much anyway. I would play that card in gold. I'm pretty sure.
All right.
Well, I would move my chance to capture to play it, but yeah.
Hideo Nomo. Well, he's again like missing one of these two ratings that it's really hard to survive if you're missing both. Right?
Yeah, he does have a lot of PBAB, which is nice.
He does, but I don't think. I think if you're missing, because he's sort of still missing home run prevention at this level too. Is the problem.
I have him sort of fringy diamond. Like he's okay, but
yeah, I have him a fair bit lower than that. Model seems to implement the stuff we discussed more aggressively than yours so far.
I think that is true.
Oh, I know. I know what the difference is. I know what the difference is. I'm running a different PBAB model than you are.
That could also be the case.
Because, so I am assuming that, because remember there were a few fits we found when we started looking at data. And I'm now kind of running more a version of what Spore implied also, that PBAB was a little bit less important this year. So I've also kind of scaled that down.
Yeah, my PBAB is definitely also a little bit wonky in the same way that the defense is, because PBAB used to be much more
takes longer to, yeah, it does.
Yeah.
If I run, let me run real quick, because then I bet I'll get your answer. Let me run this with the PT24 PBAB model. And then I bet I can make this work. Now I'll see if I like. Well, I must like Nomo somewhat better, right?
You definitely like it better, yeah. Though PBAB, the scale I think has also changed, which is not as obvious from the editor as it
right.
Other ratings are. So I mine's probably somewhat a hybrid at this point of 24 and 25 because it knows some stuff has changed, but it doesn't have enough to understand that it's changed in the way it has, I think.
No, I still just can't make them work.
Yeah, I mean, you have always liked control more than I have, anyway. So that's, I guess, not super shocking. But yeah, I mean, I'd probably give it like a C or something, maybe a D. It's okay.
I don't have this one close. It's definitely an F for me.
No,
you want me to bump it up?
I think F is fine. My guess is my model is just wrong on this kind of card.
Okay, because I can bump it up if you feel strongly.
No. I mean, I'm not playing diamond anyway, so.
All right, in that case, Ichido. What do we got from Ichido? Well, unfortunately, scrolling down on this one is going to be a problem. Thank you to I Rock This for the raid. I hope you had a good stream. So we're kind of going through the current rating set. We're on Ichiro, and then maybe we'll check out how our chemistry draft did. Maybe we'll do another of those.
Yes, and we can try that chemistry.
Oh yeah. Well, I think that sounds like a good plan. Let's finish off the rating set. I
probably only have about an hour, so we should try to.
All right. Well, I think we can finish this off pretty quickly, and then try to construct. Maybe we'll try to construct a chemistry team.
Sure.
We got 4 more cards. We'll get there. So Ichiro, this is the kind of shape I really shouldn't like. I do think the glove is actually an elite glove right now in league play potentially. So it's worth keeping that in mind.
The thing is that league right now is not a relevant format, right? It won't matter until another month or 2 months probably. Right, once we start filling up diamond leagues and we start trying to make a perfect league.
That's a fair point.
Yeah, by the time that happens, there's no way this will be a playable league card.
Okay, no, I think that's a good point. So it's less relevant than thinking about league. The other really weird thing about this card are the huge reverse splits. So I have him as the second best right fielder. even with kind of the lack of eye, just because of that defense. But I'd rather play K-Line, by a fair bit, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I have him also behind Dawson and Erstad and DiMaggio, like all the mission outfielders, and then he's sort of after those guys, those four.
Yeah, I think I'm valuing the defense a little higher than you are, perhaps. I mean, it's funny because this is not the kind of shape that my model should like. But yeah, I think we've sort of been discussing, right, that actually just the adjustments to 25, each of our models are not as extreme for some of these things as they were with our 24 models.
Yeah, and I mean, probably as the cycle goes on, they'll change a little bit, I'm sure. So mine certainly is. I wouldn't consider it like set in stone. Like this is the way.
Oh yeah, Dr. Greenleaf. Yes, the Asian players dropped. And I rock this. I don't know if you're rating the card a B or you're saying your stream was about a B. Yeah, so I think with Ichiro, it's also funny to think about how you use him because it's very difficult to get your manager to platoon a left-handed hitter VL.
Well, I mean, if you're playing this, I don't think you're platoon this, right? If you're playing this for defense, and you're not really going to care if it hits or not.
And he is going to hit. Like, I mean, singles are hits. Look,
no,
as I always told people last year, right? I want the card to get on base. Hits are a way of getting on base. It's just walks are also a way of getting on base, and so I'm not gonna,
Yeah, I mean, I think like Erstad, for example, is he's a little bit worse defensively, but I think the bat is so much better. I'm just almost always.
Oh well, no, that's why I think you have to run. I want to run K-Line in center, and then I want to run Ichiro in right if I'm going to do it. I don't think you can run him in center because K-Line's just so much better. Well, I mean, I guess if you're running both. If you're running both, you put Ichiro's defense in center, but that's true. Yeah. So, sorry, I just flew in this morning.
Yeah. No, I mean, but it's just again, it's these mission cards, right? Erstad, Dawson, DiMaggio, and K-Line are so strong. Like,
so you're telling me I should do the live missions?
Yeah, they just crowd out pretty much all the other cards.
I do think this one maybe gets a D for defense. I think it's not quite enough.
I think a D is fine.
But I agree. But I think you're right. The value as a league card is going to go down because by the time leagues are like competitive, he's probably not going to be in the meta anymore.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got three.
I'm not sure he'd be in the meta in league even right now. Right, like this Mike Griffin, for example, I think is the card you really want to play in center at the moment for a league card, certainly.
I'm still thinking about him in right.
Yeah, for right maybe. I guess there's the Larry Walker, the Jimmy Ryan that are much better hitters. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I was just thinking, but if you have the top range that kind of plays with the normalization enough that maybe
right.
Right now there are some fairly low range options, especially if you see a lot of K lines.
Yeah, that's true. And I don't have a 25 league model. Like there's nothing to base it on because everyone's playing random garbage.
What do you mean? I'm not playing random garbage. I'm just playing pure garbage.
Okay, fair enough.
And Deacon White. Although if anyone wants Deacon White, let me know. I will happily sell you Deacon White relatively cheaply and go on and finish my live missions.
Fair enough.
I mean, he is the best card ever. But speaking of best card ever, Yamamoto, she's just missing ratings, isn't it? Ratings, but the stuff isn't that valuable.
No, it's a bad shape too. On top of the missing ratings.
Yeah, bad shape, missing ratings. I will say, I think. Given this, they made a really good job rushing this card out because if you waited till the Future Legends set came out and put this out, it would be very bad. As opposed to now where it's merely bad.
Yeah, but it's a clear F, yeah.
I mean, actually, does it play in Diamond? That's a good question.
Probably it does.
I don't think it plays in Diamond. Hold on.
It's got to be close.
Let me at least take a look.
I mean, it's still the bad shape, but it has a lot more ratings than the other diamonds, I would think.
Okay, well, you're playing like the Mission Halliday. You're probably playing Cliff Lee. Wildman, maybe? I'd rather play Wildman.
I mean, okay, you're going to think the Righetti's bad, but I like the card decently.
There's a Robin Roberts I'd rather play than this.
I think the Mission Medlin's also okay. Yeah, maybe you're
Yeah,
not.
I don't think I think this is an F minus actually.
All right. Yeah, I mean it's not a good card. I'm fine with F minus. Looking at it now.
All right. How about O?
C. Well, no, it's slightly better, I guess, but it's the same problem basically, right?
I guess O is a bad one to search for, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of results for O. Wait, hold on. Why is it giving you some of the results for O? They didn't appear to match O. Okay, whatever.
Here we go. Well, this is a similar shape, except it's a better shape VL.
Yeah, and it is slightly more points. It's still bad.
I still can't play him, but like VL, I actually do have him VL as like 7th in Open. The problem is, he's going to face too many righties, and like for that matter, I've even got a couple righties already ahead of him VL.
Yeah, you're not playing.
But I think it's not an F minus.
Yeah, not F minus. It's a bit better than Yamamoto, but.
And finally we got you. So it's funny. This card. It's the P Babbitt that is missing, right? And that is a much more competitive shape. Like if you're going to be missing a rating, I'd much rather go this way. It's just it kind of became a better shape by taking away ratings instead of a better shape by adding some and subtracting some.
Yeah, I mean, I do like this one better than Yamamoto.
I do, but because but it's just way short on ratings.
But no, I mean, yeah, I just want to play the cards that have all like Cisco Carlos, Greg Maddux, even like Live Framber Valdez.
I'll just put the F. I'll just start writing an F, and then.
No, I think it's just an F. This is not because it's definitely this is definitely better than Yamamoto.
All right, so all right, good. We got through the set. We should talk now. We should try the chemistry thing we're going to do because I know you have to go soon. But first, let's take a look at how our predictors did. So in the end, first off, we have to decide who our best and worst cards are. So our best card is clearly Chu.
That's clearly Chu, and our worst card is either Yamamoto or.
Well, I think, given all the build-up, it might be Yamamoto. What do you think?
Probably. Yeah, I quote probably a slightly worse card, but I'm fine. Yeah, Yamamoto.
No. All right. I think that's. We'll go with Qua then. We'll go with Qua. Here, I will. I'll put Qua in red as the worst, and Chu the best. All right.
I mean, if it weren't for those Mission Diamond outfielders, Chu's probably an S.
I agree. Yeah. Okay. Now let's see how we did. Did anyone get them? All right. Best card. Did anyone put Chu? Nobody put Chu, but I got to give partial credit to whoever put Tony Sock.
We did not see a Tony Sock recently.
No votes for Chu. Worst card. No votes for Qua. So what do we think? We had a few options. Couple Ichiros for best card, although one had Ichiro for the worst card. We had a couple Sun Woo Kim for worst card. That actually is a pretty good call. All right. Number of S's. We had 0.
0.
Nobody got that. All right. Nobody got that. Okay. A couple people put 1. All right. Someone's got to get one of these. How many F's did we have? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 18 F's. All right. This is not a good report card.
No.
Yeah, looking at his first, I think the F minus is realistic. OTP nailed it.
Yeah, that was a really rough outing. I mean, he was just at no command of anything.
It was a rough outing. They also pulled him fairly early.
How many pitches they let him throw in the first inning? It was like 45 or something?
No, I understand, but I would have thought, like you're heavily invested in the guy, right? I would have thought you try to get him to come out for a second inning, and all that.
Yeah, I guess they figured also like they have so much bullpen because it's 2 games and then a week off, so
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a pretty rough inning.
Okay. Well, and so we had 18. Nobody hit it dead on, but the closest was Mandala79, who did predict 14 Fs.
Okay, that's
So we will
decent.
call
Yeah.
Mandala our winner of the week, I guess.
Congratulations, you win our big prize of um
0. Yes. No, no.
yeah.
We did get asked about being an affiliate. If anyone would like us to be an affiliate, I'm happy to discuss it. For various reasons, we are not capable of reaching out and asking that question. But if anyone wants to reach out and ask the question, we're certainly willing to do it if there's interest.
Yeah.
All right, so I think what we wanted to do is to talk a little bit about chemistry, but maybe the way to do it is to build a roster. Oh, that's what I was going to do. I was going to enter the other quick. You forgot to remind me to enter the quick.
Oh well.
All right, we're entering a quick. All right.
I should check that I have all my slots.
Now that I've entered a quick, let's go build a roster. Now that's true. We cannot build it from the roster builder because we can't build it from the roster builder and look at chemistry.
Right. So we're gonna have to build it from something else.
Right.
But also, you might not own every card that we want to play.
Well, actually, I was going to do it from the alt, which owns nothing, and I think that would be fun to. Oh, you know what? Wait. Are we seriously still in this?
Oh no! That was the we just drafted.
I know. That was that. Remember, I said when I just clicked like literally the top left corner card. Actually, this isn't that bad of a draft. You remember I said that, right?
Yeah.
Well,
apparently it wasn't that bad of a draft.
Apparently it wasn't that bad of a draft. Let's. We are in the finals with our literally draft the first card you see draft.
We might win 300 points. That's so exciting.
That is incredible.
We could almost buy like one decent card with that.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so how do we want to do this? Well, I guess I can do. I can build it. Wait, I can build it from my main roster.
Oh, I suppose that's. Well, no, look, then we have to worry about the 14-day nonsense if you're going to move cards on and off.
I've literally done nothing with this team.
No, I mean, if we decide we're going to take a card off and then we put it back on again.
Yes. Okay, so how do we build a roster given that there's no roster builder?
Is there anything you can enter to build it? No, the iron.
If I enter it, it's going to fire.
No, the iron weekly has been full for ages.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Wait, but I bet there's like an open.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I just have to enter. I just have to enter anything which is like open format.
Enter the open weekly. That's 30 out of 128.
Where is the open weekly? Here it is. Sunday open main event. All right. So enter the open weekly and we'll build it.
Right.
All right. No, sorry, Dr. Greenleaf. I know where the roster builder is. There are two problems with the roster builder for these purposes. The first well, there are many more than two problems. Amongst the problems are such diversity as,
it's bugged. Everything.
Okay,
nothing works.
But specifically for this, two problems that will get in the way. Number one, we need to access the card shop because we're going to have to buy the cards we want. Number two, you actually can't see your team chemistry.
Right.
The combination's a problem.
Well, either one really would be kind of fatal.
Yeah, but the second, yeah, okay. So our goal here, we're going to build the biggest chemistry, reasonable. We're going to build a reasonable iron roster, but we are intentionally going to max chemistry rather than.
Okay, so the first question, I guess, is do we want to put Curry Foley on? Because Curry Foley is going to be hard to make chemistry from. He's 1880s card from a non-existent team.
Yeah, so there are a few ways we could opt him. I've actually got a little bit of code to try to play with this. So that's one way we could do it, is kind of to do it computationally. It might be more fun to do it sort of by hand, though.
Right, but I think we can both agree that Curry Foley is by far the best hitter in Iron. Like, not close.
Yes. So it is a problem. So I'm willing to sacrifice one spot for chemistry. One spot of chemistry to run Foley, I think.
Okay, that seems. I mean, it's the best card by a ton, so that seems reasonable.
But okay, so what I'm thinking is this then. Let's start by putting a handful of core players on the roster. So this is the way we would do it by hand instead of computationally.
Right.
Is I think we start by putting a couple core players on the roster. Then once we've put our couple of core players on the roster, what we do is we kind of build from there, with an eye toward chemistry.
So I guess, yeah, the slam dunk card, Curry Foley, right?
Okay, but Curry Foley's not going to be a centerpiece card because we're not going to get chemistry with him, we're thinking.
Right. Jack Warhop, we might be able to get chemistry out of him because I think he is a Yankee, not a Highlander. But if he's a Highlander, it's going to be tough.
All right. Let's get ourselves a Warhop. Oh, I have a Warhop. That's fine. I haven't bought anything on this, so he must have just happened to be one of my... I can quickly open 66 packs, but I think it's easier to just buy what we want.
Yeah, Warhop is in fact a Yankee.
Yeah, look at this. This is literally all of my non-live cards. Hold on. Wait, no, I did that. This is literally all my non-live cards.
Yeah, it's not a big card pool.
So all right, let's go Warhop.
Johan Ramirez and just 12 control.
I do. So let's go Warhop as one key card. So I think what we're thinking is we want to take one or two keys to build around, right?
Right. So now I guess what we're looking for is other Yankees or other 1914
right.
cards.
Well, the other possibility is we add a second cluster. So we don't just run Warhop, but we run like a couple different key cards.
Okay, so what's another? So Brett Phillips maybe, because that's what we can build around lives. Definitely. Brett Phillips seems pretty good.
So I was going to suggest, actually, there are a lot of older Pirates that seem to be pretty good here.
Older Pirates. Interesting.
Yeah, so like in the outfield, you'd have like Goat Anderson, Algin Frito types.
Okay.
But you also get a couple of, like, because I'm thinking about now the pitchers we want, right?
I guess there could be a Cleveland based on Roger Maris and Willie Kirkland.
Okay. Yes, there could be.
Did Bob Musil and Warhop overlap at all? Because that would be another potentially useful one.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Oh, this Woody Hell is also Cleveland.
Okay, so we could go with a Cleveland, because I think we do want to start with, at least a couple of just top end players, right? That we can build around.
Do we have any Cleveland pitchers? But yeah, there are.
So Dr. Greenleaf, single card types. Here's the problem. When you stack cards of the same type, there's a multiplier that depends on what type it is. So you get 1 point for live, you get 2 points for most things, you get 5 for legends, and 10 for the mission edition, right?
Yeah, 10 for the SE subtype.
For SEs of the same subtype.
Yeah.
The problem is there are no SEs to run in Iron, and there are almost no all-time legends. So 2 for a card type's not horrible. Like if we run 26 snapshots, we at least are getting like 50.
Which we probably could do. We probably could make a roster with a lot of snapshots.
I think we could make a roster that's basically all snapshots. But the teammate bonuses are a lot more. And so I think we want to be maxed around teammate bonuses and same team bonuses rather than types. But I think if we were doing this like in silver, playing 26 mission edition cards is maybe just. Sorry.
I'm not sure there are enough at this point. We might have to.
No, there must be 26 because all of. Oh no, you're right. Some of the live missions are gold.
Yeah, I'm not sure they're also like I don't know there are any catchers, for example. So we might you'd have to at this point you have to.
You know what I mean though. Something like that.
I think gold is probably better than silver, right?
Okay, all right. Another interesting option, actually. There are a bunch of royals in here too.
Based on Bueno, basically.
Well, but not just Bueno. All right. So let's try it this way. Who do we think are just like the best? Let's just start by listing our handful of best cards and think about which we could build around. So Warhop, I think, is our top starter.
Yeah.
I don't think there are any other I don't think there are any other must-have starters, but like a Bob Bruce is fine as a historical. Chen maybe.
Yeah, Brett Anderson I like if he was not borderline, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Relievers like Bueno's fine, Brewster's fine, but there's no. I don't think there's a must-have. Let's see. Catchers, I mean, I've got the live Grandal maybe best, but there's no big. Ed Morgan maybe is an interesting one to build around for Cleveland. You could build a stack with that.
Yeah, Cleveland's like that stuff. It just has no pitching. Like there's a number of hitters and no pitching. So I don't know where are we going for pitching. Maybe we just build a separate one for pitching.
Well, maybe you build two stacks. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Hal Luby, but he doesn't overlap with anything.
Right, he's going to be hard because the team doesn't exist. Oh yeah, look, there's Max Alvis cards is a decent card, and some Marvel Tom is something ridiculous because that's another Cleveland. That was an okay card. This Max Alvis doesn't look awful, but it's the right era for all this stuff, right? Like this 1950s, 1960s Cleveland. We can play Russell Branyan.
Yeah. Could. Yeah, it's a possibility.
No, Mr. Jehovah, as long as they're all Cleveland redacted, it's fine. The Naps, Broncos, and Guardians are all separate from the, Cleveland with no name. But the Cleveland with no name work with each other because they're all
okay. All right. I think I want to build at least one Yankees stack. I think there are enough Yankees in there that we at least want to build one around Warhop.
Okay, that seems reasonable, right? We can play Bob Musil.
So
we can play Warhop.
Hold on. Let me go to Max 59. Mission Phil. Yeah, I was going to say Yankees. Okay, this Burt Daniels I love, actually.
Which one's that? I don't remember this card.
What?
I don't remember this.
Just big defense, big eye, 41 overall.
Sure, that card looks okay. The Bobby Brown also looks sort of decent.
Let's look at Bobby Brown. There's no bat, though.
Yeah, it's just a lot of defense.
But Warhop and Daniels are Yankees from the 19-teens, so let's build around that. If we can do it.
This Gary Waslewski is a really bad shape, but he has a lot of rating points. Maybe he's okay if we're having.
Is Roy Hartzell worth the chemistry? How many years did Hartzell overlap with all the? I'm going to buy him and put him on the roster because look, this is now 3. You see all the chemistry we got here already. Going.
Yeah, it just means it's a bad card, but.
Yeah, Warhop and Daniels are at least good.
Okay, yeah, there's a lot of teammates there. It looks like.
Well, now you could go with Musil.
Yeah, I think Musil.
I don't think the card's good enough, though.
But it's a decent card. I mean, it's not a horrible card.
Did Musil play early enough to overlap with Warhop, Hartzell, and Daniels?
Let me look. Musil's career started in 1920.
So probably not much.
No, not Hartzell. Daniels was the other one?
Yeah.
Which Daniels is it? It's Burt Daniels.
Birds.
No, it doesn't look like those guys overlap at all.
Okay.
Musil. So that's it in terms of 1910. I'm telling these 1960, 1950, 1960s Cleveland looks like there's a lot of cards.
Okay. Yeah, because I think we want to like at least have some like stars in here, right?
Right, like Woody Held, I think is a very much a meta option, right?
Yeah, I don't like love the card, but it's
definitely in the top, few, right? So Held is
yeah.
decent. We have there's this other, what's the guy? I forget it. Max
Max
Alvis.
Alvis.
There's Roger Maris and Willie Kirkland are kind of okay, I think.
Maris is certainly playable.
And they're all like the same 50s, 60s. Like, I don't know if it's enough cards, but there are,
Win
4 or 5 of them.
Hawkins. Yeah, it's not. Okay, maybe we should go back and let's look at an excellent. Let's grab another excellent card. Okay, how many? We know we like Hunts a lot.
Yes,
right?
Hunts is definitely good. Can we get other Padres? Who did Hunts play for? Did Hunts play for other teams? I don't know his career at all. Hunts played. The thing is, the problem, Hunts played only 5 seasons. Only one. He's gonna be hard to find teammates for.
And apparently there isn't one in the card shop as well.
Well, he played 1967 Cardinals, 1969 Cardinals, 1970 Padres, 1971 White Sox, 1975 Padres. So he's all over the map.
All right, let's keep going with starters. Let's go more starters here. Some other starters that you like.
Well, Wei and Chen. Are there
Chen.
Orioles?
Oh, there could. Yeah, I don't know if we'll get recent Orioles, but there definitely will be Orioles, right?
Yep. Will there be? I'm not seeing any right away.
Maybe not.
Actually, no, they don't overlap. Oh, Hal Luby only played 2 seasons. That's the problem. I was trying to see if we could do Luby and Wes Westrom, but they don't overlap enough.
I like Luby. Well, who did Luby play for?
Luby only played for 2 seasons. Is the issue?
Okay.
Like Luby's career is 1936 Philadelphia A's, 1944 New York Giants.
Okay, so it just doesn't work.
It just doesn't. Yeah, with chemistry, it's gonna be too tough.
All right.
Westrom. If we can find a teammate of Westrom, that would be a one.
Oh, I like Westrom a lot.
Westrom played a long time all for the Giants, but the problem is he played over the. No, he played all for the New York Giants. His last season was the last New York Giants season.
Okay, how many New York Giants are there? Because because that also gives us Luby, right?
Yeah, but it's really just Luby and Westrom. There's Bill O'Hara, I guess.
Is Junior Thompson playable at all? He's got a crap ton of P. Babbitt, but he's not playable.
Ace Adams is probably in really bad shape, but Model thinks he's like not the worst card ever.
All right, this is kind of hard to figure out what we're doing, huh?
Yeah, it's almost like this is a difficult problem to solve.
All right, well, I can throw the computer out. If you want me to throw the computer out, I can do it.
Maybe can we do Cubs? No, it's not going to work. Tactical Knights, I guess most active in Kidney's Discord probably, but we don't have like one for this stuff.
Yeah.
It's just,
Okay, how about Bob Bruce? Can we get a Bob Bruce to work? All right, you know what? Let's go with the Cleveland version. How about that? So how about we start with Sherry Smith and Ed Morgan? Did they overlap?
Maybe. Sherry Smith, I think, played for a while, didn't he? Yeah, Sherry Smith played for a long time. He played for a bunch of different teams.
All right, let's grab Sherry Smith. Okay,
Sherry Smith did play for these. You're saying there are other 1910s Pirates? Sherry Smith played 2 seasons for the Pirates in 1911, 1912.
Oh, really? Okay, so did he overlap with Ed Morgan? Because then that's another Cleveland. We could
I
definitely credibly play Ed Morgan at first VR.
don't think so. Let me look. No, actually, they missed by Smith ended 1927. Morgan started 1928.
Darn.
But I mean, you still get the Cleveland bonus still, obviously.
Right.
Um,
But you said we had these pirates, right? I think we want some pirates in here. So let me grab the goat because I mean, how can you not grab the goat?
so then we're gonna. I guess. Well, the problem is which
There
era
are a
pirates
ton of iron pirates.
There are a lot of Iron Pirates, but are they the right era Iron Pirates? Is the problem. That
Well,
Frank Tavares, by the way, looks sort of playable to me
okay.
as well.
So there's goat Ginfrito, I guess. What are you thinking?
Yeah, Gene Frito's probably if we're going to go for Pirates, but he's again, it's not the right. It's not the right era of Pirates, really.
That's true.
Oh, okay, there's probably a way to make an invite for that thing. I think we're pretty.
I can just do this computationally, right?
Here, sorry. Um,
So I guess the key point is if you get yeah, I guess that's the way to say it. The problem is I don't have the full matrix of teammates. I have to find actually an efficient way to do that, right?
yeah, that is true. That was kind of necessary for this. Are there any like really long teammates in Iron? Like just two cards that were teammates for a really long time?
Yeah, I see what you're thinking. Because the thing is, remember that chemistry, it's not just team chemistry, right? It bumps the specific player. So that's
Yeah,
what
but
I think we want to do is we want to find a couple of stars and then specifically bump them. I think is the plan.
If we can just chuck two like not great cards who were teammates for like 15 years or something, like that's probably going to be worth it. If we think chemistry is worth going for.
I think we
Right,
should
there's
try
only
the
DO5
experiment at least.
players.
I think we should at least try the experiment. Let's see. Is it IDB 50 packs, 1 diamond, 3 gold? Hopefully you at least got some of the lives you need for these missions.
Um, hmm.
All right. I'm gonna just run a like max out chem, see what happens sort of idea here.
Could we
How about like a Rodney Scott? Where we have enough Cubs. There were a lot of pirates, is the thing, right?
there are a lot of pirates, but they're all over the place is the thing. Like we could just fill the whole thing with pirates. But
Yeah.
okay, well the problem is that I was thinking we could do Dave Nicholson with Bob Bruce, but they're actually only teammates for one season. So it's not that good.
Right.
Fortunately, there might have been an Angels, but they're all like California Angels, Anaheim Angels, Los Angeles Angels, so it just doesn't.
Right.
Yeah.
There are some recent. Actually, there are a bunch of recent Astros. That's another option.
Right, Justin Maxwell, basically.
No. But Maxwell would overlap with like Burdak, Feliz.
Oh, I guess that's true. Yeah. Maybe we can find lives to play. And there's this Bert Roberge, who's just a really strange card.
Yeah,
Probably a
that's
bad
true.
card, but
Probably awful. Yes.
yeah.
All right. You know what? I got a. Did Norm Miller overlap with Bob Bruce?
Norm Miller. That's Not a player I'm familiar with. Yes, but not for a super long time. It doesn't look like.
All right. I'm going to suggest we try except there's no Bob Bruce for sale.
No, it's only for 2 seasons. They were on the wrong side. They both played for the Astros for a while, but
That's fine. That's fine. But the idea here's what I'm thinking. Look, so if you look at Astros, there are several different collections. So like you could go with like the Bob Bruce. You could even throw Bateman in here as your backup catcher for a bunch of chemistry from that era. There's this Dave Nicholson, right?
I guess
Actually, Dave Nicholson's pretty good.
Singleton.
What?
You can play a live Singleton.
Here. Let's try this. Look, so we get Nicholson.
Nicholson's solid.
Then we get Norm Miller for the era. I need somebody to sell me Bob Bruce here. I'm going to put up. If anyone has a Bob Bruce, I'll put up a buy order at last 10. If anyone has a Bruce,
let me check. I have a lot of random cards.
But see, look, then we can get because right, you mentioned Maxwell's good, right?
Yeah, Maxwell's good. For
so
sure.
Look, we get Maxwell as well.
Except the one Bob Bruce.
But now because of Maxwell, so you can get some of the others from that era. So like, is this
Feliz? You said Feliz is okay.
Yeah, Brett Wallace. I'm not going to say he's good, but he's from the era, right? This Eddie Matthews is what?
Singleton is probably worth it at that point, right? Singleton's okay, the live one.
Do we still get the full teammate bonus for the live?
Yeah, you should, I think.
All right, let's go Singleton.
And Singleton will actually have overlap with Maxwell, probably, right? Because Singleton played for the Astros previously.
Yeah, here, let me see how we're doing on chemistry. Yeah, we'll take the GOAT off the roster in a second.
And I guess Cherry Smith.
Did you find a Bob Bruce, I guess?
No, I don't have any.
Let's see. Oh, Jim York. This is horrendous, but I bet he's got chemistry. Burdak is 2010s.
I mean, are we just playing Roberge because he's like the right team even though he's bad? And maybe he won't walk everyone?
Or is that let's find out. Bad? Let's find out. Greg Gross, you count, I guess. Jeffrey Leonard's a pretty good era.
Oh, live Bennett Sousa looks like it might be not the worst. Or live Rafael Montero.
Hey, if nothing else, we're gonna finish the Astros live mission out of this.
Yeah, that's true.
Cherry Smith and Goat Anderson not feeling the love right now.
No.
Did anyone find a Bob Bruce?
I mean, we have a lot of Astros. Yeah, it's a pretty.
You know what? Number. Let's keep going on. Eddie Matthews.
The problem is we're starting to put in really bad cards now.
Yeah, I want to avoid doing that. All right, thank you for whoever gave me a Bruce. Preston Tucker's got overlap with a lot.
But he's so bad. Like.
Okay, let me see where we're at for the moment. Okay, well, here's the thing. We can still run Warhop and, like, Cherry Smith. So we've got, like, two real,
Well, if we're going to do that, we should put Foley in. Because Foley is the card. If we're going to play one card, it's going to be Foley, right?
Yeah. Agreed. All right, fine. I'm giving someone 1,100 points. It's an alt. No, but I was going to say is you could run, a couple of, you can run a couple real starters is what I was trying to say. And then we just go max chemistry. What else can we find? Do we need another catcher? Yes.
Yes, I think so.
Mark
have anyone that has any chemistry?
Mark Bailey, you're a catcher, I think.
We're getting really into the weeds now.
We can't go Gray Kessinger. You don't want to go that far down, huh?
No, that's great. I mean, maybe.
Bielik
If he's just our backup infielder, he's probably fine.
he would be our backup. Does Eric Anthony play infield at all? He's at least historical.
Okay, so I guess how much damage does an all snapper team get? Just as a comparison point, right? We're gonna get 2 points. No, we're gonna get 1 point. We're gonna get 1 point for each card times 25. So we're gonna get 25 points per card, right? Just if there's all snapshots and nothing else.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get 650 points for that.
Right. Okay, here you go. Here, this is what we're at so far. This is not horrible chemistry wise.
No, we have a lot of Astros. We have a lot of awful cards on our roster.
We do have a lot of awful cards in our roster.
And we should probably get rid of Goat Anderson. I don't think he's worth doing that for.
Wait, what is this about Yale haters? Oh, does Yale have a shot at winning here? Nice.
Really?
Which reminds me, I should put a link in the chat. No comment on kind of who owns this website. You may find if you dig into the DNS records, you may find who owns this website, but I will make no comment.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. It's a good one.
I swear I had nothing to do with that. Nothing whatsoever.
Very believable.
You believe me, don't you, Isidafo?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Good. It's good that you believe me. But, I wouldn't want you not to believe me.
Yeah, well, I would never.
Right. Exactly. So, you know how these things go. But I'd still like Yale to win. It's good for the conference, right?
Yeah, and Auburn was actually
no. Actually, I really like their coach. For what it's worth, and it's a good program. Actually, Cornell had a really good season 2. Earl's done a good job with them. I feel like both of them may leave, pretty quickly because that's the way it tends to go. But
yeah, I guess it's about 50-50 at this point, right? It's Yale's the point, but Auburn has the ball, so it should be about 50-50.
So what are we thinking? Do you think is this the chemistry roster to run with our experiment? Do we want to try to go bigger chemistry? So what could we reasonably get here?
I think we should replace Good Anderson with either a better card or a chemistry card.
Oh, sorry, yeah, Goat. We have no reason for. Sorry, Goat was thinking we were going to do something else for sure. Yeah. So Goat can become Bennett Sousa. 63%. 63%.
I mean, it's a lot of chemistry.
Yeah, Cornell. Yeah, but like they have shooters is the thing. Nord scares me every time he shoots.
Well, we learned last night that all you need is one guy who makes every shot, and you can win.
It's true. No, Cornell's also this weird roster for the Ivy because they run so deep. Usually at the low major level, you just like have a handful of. So Curry Foley, I think we've decided is worth the chemistry hit to play, right?
Yeah, he's just too good. But Sherry Smith, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm less sure about that one.
Okay, so here's an interesting question: are we better off running like all of our Yankees?
What other Yankees can we feasibly play that are not? I guess we're playing some pretty horrendous Astros, so there might be some pretty
Yeah,
some good
so we
Yankees
could
can
run
play
like
instead.
half Yankees, half Astros. So like Jim Mason, for example, would probably be a better backup than Kessinger.
I mean,
Musial is
Musil is
definitely better
upgrade over
than
some of the
something we're doing.
yeah.
All right, okay, let me get an idea of what Musial would give us here. So let's look at the chemistry for a second, right?
I mean, it's going to be only Yankees at snapshot. He's not going to get us any teammate.
56. So not much.
Well, if we didn't lose much chemistry and we got a better card, that's good. And
Well, we are going to lose
he's going to get
chemistry.
us. He's going to get us double 56 though, because he's going to get 50. He's going to add 56 to our roster.
Yeah, but I mean, but unless you're taking Curry Foley off, it's a significant downgrade.
Okay, that's true. Well, who could
exactly?
who
Case these guys are going to be
off?
so happy when they get swept.
I guess we're taking off like Greg Gross or something, right? Who's horrible, but
Yeah.
are there any other even remotely playable Yankees?
Okay, well, so one thing we could do is I think Parker Mashinsky's probably an upgrade over one of the other lives. Is Eric Anthony at all playable?
They're all horrible.
I'm just going to buy everything right now because
Yeah, why not?
While we're looking. So Mashinsky gets us 318 of chemistry, right?
But who's he replacing?
Let's see.
Jerry Smith,
He's got to replace somebody. Well, I think if we don't replace Smith, I think he can just replace like Burdick or somebody, right?
But it's not going to gain us much, is it?
Yeah, it's going to gain us another 70 points. I mean,
I guess.
you want to try to replace? Because I feel like we need one or two competent pitchers on this roster, don't we?
So we have two at the moment, right? We have Bruce
we have Warhop, Bruce, Smith, and then
we're playing BO5, so it would seem like it would make sense to have three competent pitchers, right? Maybe we just
what rhymes with Smith and involves praying for like a server flood.
I don't know.
Also, Curry Foley on this roster actually is a pitcher for us, right?
Even still, he's probably not.
I know what you're saying, but
we could overplay Tip O'Neill as an actual two-way on this particular roster.
By the way, I think we should list Curry as a two-way player. Curry, it does not want to. Why does it not want to play Curry Foley?
Because he's only a 41. Don't you? I mean, don't you know that?
That's true. All right. I think we want to get rid of who is our lowest chemistry Astro? Is it back? It's Kessinger probably. Is the one to get rid of because Maxwell's actually good, right?
Right. Maxwell's actually.
No, it's Tucker actually, or because somehow the historical one is less valuable.
How many actually playable cards do we have on our roster at the moment?
Don't ask. Don't ask questions you don't want answered.
Right, it's Maxwell, Nicholson, Foley, and the three starters.
Yes, Singleton.
Okay, maybe Bert Robert on the tournament doesn't decide to walk everyone.
Okay, look, as rosters go. Well, wait, hold on. Why is Daniels not starting for us? Daniels is actually playable.
Oh, Daniels is actually it's true. Daniels should be in. I guess for Leonard or Gross.
Probably Leonard. All right. So, all right, we got ourselves to 64.6% chemistry. That's not bad.
Right. We have between 5 and 10 playable cards on our roster.
All right. You know what? Let's try it. Let's just try it. Export. Astro or chemistry experiment. I feel like we lost the opportunity to label the late 90s, early 2000s the chemistry era.
That is true. Yeah, we should have.
We're still alive in this freaking perfect. We're gonna win the perfect draft, aren't we?
with the taking the top left. Oh man,
We are somehow going to do this. Yes.
I really hope we don't. It's our I not realize our roster builder roster shared across teams. Are they per account? Because that seems like a
Well,
problem.
I noticed that it doesn't share across computers on the same account, even though it's supposed to upload and download from the server.
It does not do that. Yes.
No.
Well, in case there weren't enough roster builder bugs, we found a new one. Hooray!
Say it with me. Feature, not bug.
It's definitely a feature that I can have a roster for cards I don't own.
All
Sure, that
right,
was
here's what we're going to
invented.
do. We are running an iron. We are running an iron with team chemistry. What do you mean?
Okay.
Wait. Now I can't select it from here.
Because you haven't uploaded to the server.
So then what's the point of having like 100 local rosters?
Right.
Don't
Also,
ask
is it gonna
questions you
screw
don't
up
want
because
answered.
hold on. I might screw up. Oh no, actually, I forgot that works. It shouldn't work, but it works. Because that technically you have an open roster there in the roster builder.
Yes, but it'll be okay because it. All right.
But
We're
it'll be
good.
okay.
We're good.
Because it doesn't actually enforce sensible restrictions on
Oh,
users.
remind me at some point, maybe later or off stream, to withdraw from the weekly with this roster.
You can just do it now. I mean, there's no reason to stay in it at this point.
Yeah, but I'm gonna forget and it's gonna be funny.
Yeah, you can. You see the problem. So we could have built rosters in the roster builder, except you can't buy cards
And you can't check
see team
chemistry.
So
you
the two
actually
things we
can't
wanted
build the
to do, we
roster on the
couldn't do.
roster builder.
Yeah.
All right. While we're waiting for this to fire, because I want to see how badly we're going to do in round one, I think we should do one last chemistry draft challenge, before, and then call it a stream because I know you have to go.
Okay. I have to go after that.
Last chemistry challenge stream. Our chemistry challenge. I wanted non-speed. Do we have a non-speed one?
5 minutes is not going to work.
No, it isn't. All right, here we'll do it in this one, and we're just gonna lose.
That's fine.
All right. Chemistry challenge draft. Here we'll go. Anyone who wants in, it is ID 44. Okay? Yeah.
And all we care about, the only thing that's relevant is how I can get chemistry. Nothing else matters.
Right. But you must take historical cards in perfect and diamond rounds.
Okay.
Highest chemistry wins.
Indeed.
I still can't believe we're gonna win the draft. Literally just like click top left card. New meta. All right, here we go.
Yep.
Well, so I like you, Darvish, or Flaherty. I like them both because there are a lot in there and like they're relatively modern.
I think Darvish is.
Oh, sorry. You do have to, and you do have to fill out a complete roster too.
Yes. I think Darvish is going to be better than Flair. I mean, he just played longer.
You think they're more like yeah. All right, let's do it.
He's more like my teammates.
I assume it's the Dodger, right? Well, because the Dodgers split at some point, but I'm still thinking it's Dodgers.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Case your team is still in the other chemistry challenge. Well, somebody drafted a good team.
That was the problem. We should have drafted a good roster.
Oh, we forgot to look at their. All right, we'll do this. We'll look at their. All right. So there are. The nice thing about Stratton is you get like the whole history of the White Sox.
How long did these guys play for? Was it Monty Stratton, right?
Monty Stratton, only 5 years.
5 seasons.
Regan is a reliever. I'm guessing didn't. No, Regan played forever.
12 seasons with a few different teams. 2 seasons with the Tigers, 2 Dodgers, a few Cubs.
Let's go Regan.
Okay. Let's go Regan. Regan's a better card. Anyway. Regan's actually a playable card.
So I'm thinking it's the Mission Edition Sierra because it's a Mission Edition.
Um,
He also
yeah,
played a
and
while. He also played a while.
Angels are really bad because they change their
Yeah,
name
yeah,
like
okay,
a
but Ruben
thousand
Sierra
times.
also look at it. Look at it. He played
Are they?
21
Yeah, Ruben
years.
Sierra seems better. Yeah, I like Sierra.
All right.
What year is on this card? 89?
Yeah. So Frank Chance. Well, I
Frank
wish
Chance is
we
another
now.
mission
Now I
edition.
wish we had taken the Cub. I still think it's Chance because of the
No, we have a
mission.
Cub. We have Darvish.
Oh, we do. Okay, it's definitely that's 100%
But
Chance.
is he a Cub or is he another team?
He's a Cub.
Are we sure? This is one thing also, by the way, you can't actually see which team they played for from anywhere in this screen. You just see the
Right.
abbreviation, which is
Yeah.
not always the same team.
We actually
So
could have. We actually could have had a good draft here, but that's fine.
this is, I mean, this is like the best gold
Like this,
card.
Carl
So
Mays is great. Yeah, Darvish is fine. Yeah.
we should take either Smiley or Mac, right?
I
But
think
which
it's
one?
Smiley or Mac. So which one is going to have more overlap with people? Smiley played
Hmm.
longer, right? Because he like played. Actually, did he play in Pittsburgh at a point that he overlapped with? Well, it's probably Smiley anyway, right?
Who did Ruben Sierra play for after he left the
Like
Rangers?
everybody.
Yeah, but when? Uh
All right.
oh, Ruben Sierra played.
Oh,
Hold
sorry,
on.
I already
Oh,
claimed.
okay.
Yeah.
But I thought they might have. No, it's not quite.
All right. Oh, Spike Owen
Uh,
played for a bunch of teams. I don't quite see the overlap, but I'm guessing there's one in there
oh
with
no, it's a
somebody.
mission edition also. It's
Yeah,
more
we're definitely
missions.
taking Owen.
It's unfortunate. I mean, these Angels are really brutal for this because they all change their names constantly. But
You mean the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim are different than the Anaheim Angels, or different than the Los Angeles Angels, or different? Yeah.
yeah,
Um, let's see. Warner at least is a team that comes up a bunch, but I'd rather. Okay, we have a red in Barnhart.
which is that the Red Sox yet for Ray Collins, or are they still something else? Probably it's the Red Sox with that logo.
I think it's the Red Sox. Let's see. Yeah, it's the Red Sox.
Phillies also had a long run with McCarver.
So I think I like Barnhart, thinking that you're going to have more of the modern stuff. But if you think you could get a bunch of Phillies, then I'd go McCarver, right? Because
Was McCarver
McCarver played a lot. So
played for
McCarver.
a long
Okay, you
time?
know what? Maybe we go McCarver and just hope we can get teammate bonuses.
Okay. I mean, if we get too bad if we got that Bob Gibson plus McCarver would have been really nice.
Yeah.
But
Oh, here you. Okay. Well, now we get a Gary Maddox. So that's all right. That's definitely a win. Yeah, Maddox McCarver is going to be great.
and probably Davy Johnson.
And Davey, who's a Mission Edition, and also from the '70s, and also okay, didn't quite overlap
Yeah.
with these, but yeah, actually had a year
But,
in the Phillies at the end.
oh yeah. Okay.
All right.
Nice. So it gets the 1 season there.
Okay, this is tougher. Did Barajas?
You have no mission
No.
cards.
So Bordick, I don't think overlapped with anybody, right?
I don't know. I don't really know much about Mike Bordick's career.
Because he had a long career, but it's sort of more modern.
Do we have any teams here? We have. Teams are kind of all over the place at this point, but also haven't really.
Yeah, I wish you could sort by team here. You can't.
No. It's almost like this chemistry feature was not entirely thought through, and many of the things you'd like to use it properly are not in place.
No. Well, we have another Cub actually in Sparky Adams.
Do we have how many? Oh, we have two.
We have two more Cubs, so let's take
We have two
Adams.
Cubs. Okay.
And then probably the thing to do is to take a snapshot from the right era.
Is there any chance either of those dead ball guys played with Frank Chance? It's very unlikely, but
I don't think. Pretty far off in time, yeah. Yeah, they're fairly far off in time. So it's probably a snapshot where we start a new team. So I'm thinking Russell because there are just a lot of low Pirates, but unless one of these guys had a really long career.
Could also just start taking a lot of lives, I guess. But
there's no reason. I think we're going to do better than that.
yeah, probably.
Did Blanchard have a long career? Not a lot you can overlap with. I'm going to vote Russell. What do you think?
What is Barajas?
What?
Does Barajas help us any? Does he play for any?
White Sox, Seattle, 88 Phillies, but that's too late to overlap with. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's go Russell then.
Okay.
And definitely Sparky Adams.
Yeah.
Well, now that we have Russell, I guess we have a little more reason to take a second red who's a snapshot from the 40s. Right?
It's just a really bad round for what we're trying to do.
Yeah. I mean, the other option is we start collecting, these mid 2000s players, but it's a little late to do that. Oh, did Hatteberg? Well, although Hatteberg, because he's a legend, if we had any more legends, but he just doesn't overlap anything, right?
I guess one of the issues with going for the mission edition is that at this point they run out after the silver rounds.
That is true.
So.
Did Hatteberg and Bard ever overlap? No. All right, I'm thinking that it's Gleason because it's a red at least, and it's the right year.
I guess we don't have any reds, but yeah, I mean, probably Ivy Wingo then, as a team that exists at least.
Cardinals or it's a lot. Do we have even a live, or we just take a third Philly with the live Schwarber is the other option.
Oh yeah, that's probably better actually. That's probably better.
Just go with an extra Philly.
Yeah. I didn't look at that.
Besides, now we got our two catchers.
Exactly. So actually, it looks like Schwarber can't even play catcher despite the new crazy lives play everywhere stuff.
All right, what do we got here? This is also a bad round for what we're doing. Okay, Willie Jones, is that a Philly? That's a Philly.
Yes.
Oh, actually, Philly had a long career, so in principle, we might
overlap him at some point.
Farmer Vaughn is a red. I assume there's no chance he overlaps with, Chance. Right?
I wouldn't think so.
No.
Is there anything else that it's because we only have one red at this point. It's not if we have some other snapshot that gets a bunch of cards, it's gonna be better. How many seconds do we have? One, two,
so
three,
Chuck Carey
4, 5.
is a first Yankee.
Yeah, I think the snapshot is better for us than a red at this point, right? The red is only giving us 5, and the snapshot's giving us 5. Plus, it gives us more opportunity for.
Well, we have to take 2 of these, unfortunately.
Yeah, Willie Jones.
Oh wait! Hold on. Wait. What if we just take Phelps Fawcett? They're both Brewers from the 80s.
We're not going to take Jones. Isn't Jones really good? We have 3 Phillies.
Okay. Let me look at Phelps and Fawcett because it's like 1988 and 1989.
How long do they overlap? Saying.
Oh, that's not a Brewer.
No, it's not Brewers. That's Mariners.
Never mind. Yeah. Never mind.
Yeah, I think we take the Yankee and Willie Jones.
Okay.
I forget Chuck Carey again. Vaughn is probably also okay, but it's
all right.
Like if we hit more reds, Vaughn will be better. If we don't.
Well, Joe Coppy looks like he must overlap with Puddinhead Jones a lot. Not as much as I was hoping, but definitely enough to take him.
Is Garrett Anderson with Spike Owen, or is it it's too far?
1994 Angels. No, yeah. Hold on. Yeah, Owen's the 94 Angels. Garrett's 95. So they've must overlap a bunch. See, we're passing up Dolph Camilli. See, this is an anti-Dolph Camilli stream.
Exactly. Oh, it's not that much because Spike Owen basically retired after the 1990 season, it looks like. Or somehow was otherwise made unable to play. It was only 2 seasons, but still decent.
What do we got? We got some White Sox. Okay, we have a live Philly.
Who did Ken Singleton play for? Exactly. We have a lot of Phillies. I think we should take any Philly we see.
See, Mets, Montreal, and a lot of Baltimore in the 70s and 80s.
Okay, that's probably not going to be too helpful for us. I guess he's a snapshot. Snapshot is okay.
Your snapshot, and you get a little decade bonus. Oh, we are desperately
Mm,
short of pitching, by the way.
okay, I think we should always take the Philly. I think we take every Philly we see now.
Okay, so take the
We have
Philly,
like 5 of them at this point. It's getting
and
us
then it's
like
like La
50
Palme.
points per Philly.
Maybe
I
we
guess we
need
just need a pitcher.
pitchers.
Yeah, it's a pitcher. It's a snapshot. I guess it's probably the best one. Yeah.
All right. Well, it's a second Yankee, but I'd really like a snap. I'd really like snapshots. Like I want to avoid the hardware heroes if we can. We can take rookie sensations, I guess.
Fortunately, that angel doesn't overlap with the other angels because it's California Angels, nothing Los Angeles Angel.
Good point. All right, so it's probably the snapshot pitcher because we're stuck.
We can take the snapshot pirate too. We have another pirate, don't we? I mean, it's
Well,
not
I think
great,
we
but
take both, right?
we want both snapshot pitchers.
Well, the other pirates are right field though, because how many pitchers do we need?
Oh, we actually have to take pitchers.
We need
Okay, yeah, we
pitchers.
have to take pitchers. Okay,
We
let's
need
take the pitchers.
pitchers.
I'm not paying any attention to the positions. Let's do
So
that.
maybe it's
Yeah, you're
Wong
right.
is the only pitcher we've got left.
Yeah, Wong is actually good.
Oh
Wong is
no!
useful
Wait, hold
because
on. We got a tiger. We got a tiger.
Tiger. What are we doing with Tigers?
We took. If we're taking Bonderman.
We have a Yankee too, though. We already have a Yankee, and he's a snapshot. So Wong's just better.
So is the hardware heroes or the unsung? Let me see. Okay, the hardware heroes is better. All right.
Yeah. Oh, wait, that was snapshot. Okay, never mind. Yeah.
All right. Well, now we can. Okay, we got another Yankee to take.
How many pitchers do we have? Do we have enough?
We want to take almost all pitchers, I think.
Okay, so Kemp Wicker, I guess we should take.
Kemp Wicker for sure.
Robert Stevenson is a snapshot. Luis Ortiz is a pirate.
Yeah.
It's really ugly.
I think we need 5 pitchers actually.
Okay, then
We need 5
we gotta
pitchers.
take
I mean, but there's no big card we're missing, right? I mean, it would be a snapshot, but you know.
no, just don't take everything but Brazaban, I guess.
All right. How do you think we did? Let's see our score. How did everyone else do here on the chemistry challenge?
I don't think this one's great. I think this one's worse than the other one.
I think we got good teammate bonuses actually. I think we did better. I think last time we were 18%. I think we might have got good teammate
No,
bonuses.
I'd say below 18. I'd say like 16.
All right. For what it's worth, we did fill out a roster. That's a good sign. I'm going.
You see, we have one.
You are right. We did worse. We had all the good Phillies too.
A lot of Phillies. I guess they didn't overlap enough.
All right. Well, I think our chat's going to beat us on this one.
Maddox and McCarver were really good, and everything else in the draft was kind of
awful.
Regan. We just
forgot that we had a Dodger in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. One thing we did well though is that our chemistry is focused on our good cards. So like this is actually a better chemistry roster, I think, than the 18% we had last time, where it was the bad cards that had the chemistry.
Right.
All right, Montier Don just beat us, 15.28.
I wonder what like a Whitaker Tram. I guess it'd be like once those come in, how much like is there just gonna be a roster built around those guys? Because I mean they were teammates for 20 years or something.
Yeah, maybe. You're saying you think there'll be some Tigers cards released, huh? Spore hit 18%. All right, so last time around we hit like 18.6, I think, which was second. But I'm trying to remember who it was now, who was like over 21.
It was with what was it?
The Gibson.
Javier
It was the
Bob
Gibson. Yeah.
Yeah, Bob Gibson and Julian Javier were like
it was just everything. Yeah.
100 points each or something. Yeah.
All right. Well done. Oops, that's the wrong thing. I may have just crashed. See if I can fix that.
Oh, I guess you can hit right now You can hit Rivera plus Jeter plus Posada. That would probably be the max.
Is there a Bernie Williams also?
Oh yeah, there might be.
I think
There
there's
is a
like
Bernie Williams. There is a
I
Bernie
think there's an
Williams. Okay,
early
so
career Bernie.
yeah, there is. If you can hit all of those four guys, it's going to be enormous. If you can hit all four of those, it's like what 10, 15 years each times
Yeah.
4. Like it's huge.
Yep.
Yeah, there's no Pettit unfortunately in yet because that would be a big help also.
Roger Clemens overlaps for like a year or two with them. That's true.
Yeah, Clemens would help a little bit. I mean, there's probably other Yankees in that time period.
Is there like a Tony Clark also? I think I saw. He was there for. I mean, he's only there for a year or two.
There is a Tony Clark at the Tiger. Surprisingly shocking.
Oh, and there's like a Ruben Sierra, right? We saw the Sierra.
Yeah, they mentioned Ruben Sierra, but that's also only a short period.
Yeah, but still an extra, you know.
Oh, there's a Paul O'Neill and a David Cohn.
But by the way, I'm afraid to say that Team Chemistry has in fact won our opener
In the Iron thing.
in the Iron thing. Yes.
Did we play a reasonable roster or an unreasonable roster?
Let's see. We played roster. This is not the strongest roster that we could have faced.
Okay, because I was gonna say, like, I meant this.
Hold on. I lost the.
Maybe I'll say.
There you
again
go. Put it up.
now.
This is not the strongest roster we could have faced.
Yeah, so I had one of these happen to me. I played a bronze daily, just open bronze daily. I ran like just kind of like the max, just the best cards. I thought were the best cards. And I came against a team which had won 4 rounds playing a team of all lives, which obviously had the most chemistry in the whole tournament. And I beat that team fairly badly, and I don't know if that team got there by basically getting lucky or by playing teams that were also not well constructed. I think at the moment it's hard to tell because there's a lot of just sort of teams with people just have whatever cards they pulled and they put them on the roster, and those are not usually very good rosters. And like the chemistry teams can beat those because it's like chemistry, random stuff with chemistry plus random stuff without chemistry. Yeah, but the chemistry versus like real rosters is what's I think more unclear to me.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny. There's a baseball project song about Bernie Williams, like not quite being good enough, but like being pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like Bernie Williams was like a very classic, like Hall of Very Good.
Well, player. To be fair, they also had a song arguing Dale Murphy should be in the Hall of Fame.
Dale Murphy, I think had a better career than Bernie Williams, right?
I guess it depends how much you believe in like postseason intangibles, right?
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, why did the Yankees never move him out of center field? I don't quite understand that. They must have been able to find someone better for center field.
Because shortstop was taken.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, I probably should get going.
All right.
Here.
So, all right. Maybe that's a good place to wrap up then. Actually, let me just ask because I see Spores in the chat. I know you said you were going to do a replay of Twipped. Do you know what time it is? Just because, if it's like about to happen or something, we can try to raid into it.
It's usually at 8, I think. So, 8 Eastern.
Well, Murphy got an MVP, didn't he? I'm trying to remember now. I thought
he got 2 MVPs.
He got 2. Yeah, I got 2. And he hit like 400 homers, which is not horrible for the era.
No, Murphy still seems a little bit short to me, but I would take his career over Bernie's, I think. Okay, 40 minutes. Yeah.
All right. That's fine. All right. Well, that's fine. I know Isidafo had to go, so we did a bit of an abbreviated thing. We will update you on how Team Chemistry does, and we can take a look at our chemistry draft later on. But for now, is there somewhere we can raid into? There must be, because we're ending earlier than usual, right?
Let's find out.
You know what we could do? DishNet is
Oh, Dish is
streaming
on.
something
Yeah.
non.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's raid into Dish.
Yeah, Murphy had a nice career.
Oh yeah, speaking of
Just,
Gold Gloves, why does the Matt Kemp have real defense ratings in center?
That has a really good defense.
I know. How did that happen?
Actually, I pulled that card. I played it for a little bit.
Yeah.
I didn't have anything else yet to replace it.
Okay. Anyway. All right. Sounds good. We're gonna raid into DishNet. Say hi for us. Yeah. Thanks as usual. I think we'll be back to a more regular schedule like this. You know, this was a little bit different because you had to go, and also because TWIP was a day later.
Yeah.
So I assume the server issues. You know.
Yep. We're just hoping for no ice next week after the steam and then the water.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can't really control where your colo is, right?
Yeah.
That one I don't think there's much they could do about.
Nope. Stuff happens. I mean, it could be worse. I know, like, Lee Chess, people who play chess had an incident where, like, their main server just caught on fire.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, it can happen. I do remember actually once having like a server I was running, like one of these online things, where I took it down with like the admin announcement, "Whoops, spilled coffee on the server."
Iceland was cold. Yeah, very good, very good. Yeah.
Well, see, my thinking is, like it's baseball, right? You should just have a tarp that you can put over the server if it starts to rain.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, or come quick dry, right? You just throw that on top of the
Take
all the water away.
I blame your grounds crew.
Yeah.
This time it's cold.
Yeah.
Oh no! I'm afraid that team chemistry is 2-0. Now, the real question is, by putting all of these Astros in, do we all get should we say home field?
Maybe the garbage can also gets a chemistry boost.
I know.
Like it's louder or something. It's
yeah. 44 for both unfan. All right, sounds good. Thanks everyone. Tell DishNet hi, and we'll see y'all next week.
Yeah.
Except I said that a little early. See, I forgot it takes a while for the thing to raid. So you try to get your like goodbye line, and then you're stuck waiting for the raid to go. And we're just definitely getting hidden chemistry. Yeah, we're definitely hiring Alex Cora.
I mean, it was hidden. What just not well.
15.3 for GT. All right, you beat us in Spore by percentage points then. All right, sounds good, everyone. Say hi to DishNet. Now I will actually raid over. See y'all later.